Hello. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Year 6 is officially live. Let me fix my mic there. What's going on, folks? Already got 80 people in the stream. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here. Cog, good to see you. Scruffy, Saints, Hermes, Helios, Cleric, USA, Joey, Rolf, Sierra, Kami Warrior. What's up, folks? Welcome to Year 6, Season 1. New USA, I'm doing all right, you know? I mean, the community's in a bit of a toil right now, so that's never fun. But you know, other than that, I'm good. I'm excited to dive into this. The servers went up, well, you can't say early because it got delayed, but they gave a 3-hour extension estimation and then it went up an hour after that. So early from that thing. So I just figured I would jump on here. I have not done anything so far. I pretty much just signed on and went live. So here we are. Already got 100 people in the stream. Welcome in, folks. We're going to be checking out all the stuff. The bodies are gone, I see. Oh my goodness. Is it true? Is it true? They've actually made a few changes because there was a car here as well. All right. Biggest change of the update. They cleaned up the bodies from the White House. Just like that. That's so funny. That is actually...
Warning. Unauthorized network access.
I appreciate that, though. So we've got stuff going on for the season. I'm going to step out here for just a second. We'll let a few more people get in before we start that. Because the season stuff, I guess, is happening right off the bat in there. George, what's up? Firefox, so we start from level 1? No. So one of the big misconceptions with the whole Seasons 2.0 thing is that people think it's happening today. It's not happening until the next season. So we've got another 4 months until any of that stuff goes into effect. I'm sure we're going to talk about it throughout the stream today. I already have a video in the works that I want to go into more detail about that whole thing. Probably coming out tomorrow, just because of how contentious it's already been. But no, none of that stuff happens today. That's all in Year 6, Season 2, approximately 4 months down the road. Did they give a timeline for this? 18 weeks, so yeah, 19 weeks. That's about when we can expect that to happen. $150 people in the stream now. What up, everybody? Someone said, why the buffering? Is the stream looking all right for folks? Geronimo, what's up? FaZe. Mallory's in here. I told you Keener was right. You're right in the end, Mallory. You were. Okay, cool. Appreciate people clarifying that. What's the update? Anything really different? Oops, I just hit my mic again. Let's try not to do that. We have the new season where we're going after Aaron Keener. That's where we're about to start out with these different trials. Beyond that, it's more of a minor update, more quality of life stuff. The big feature is that they've condensed the endgame so that there's no more requirement to own Warlords of New York. So people who are coming onto the game or who never bought the expansion can now join all of us at the endgame, access seasons, access all of the other content that way. And so, yeah. But we've got, obviously, new gear to check out if we go to the Season Pass here. There is the new brand set that is largely focused around rifles. The Pathfinder gear set is... Oh, no, that's not the name. The Breaking Point gear set is focused around rifles. And then, if I go way down here, there's a new shotgun talent, so there's some new named shotguns. We have the new exotic knee pads, which are movement-based, and then the new exotic shotgun, which is also movement-based. Which looks really sick. I love how that thing looks visually. We'll see how effective it really is in gameplay. But, yeah. Does this affect mule characters? To my knowledge, it should not. I don't know that for certain. I've not tried it out since the thing has gone live. But I don't think there should be any change there because Wony still exists as a 30 to 40 experience. It's purely that if you don't own Warlords, or Warlords is no longer mandatory to own to access the rest of the endgame. That's really the main change. Everything else there should act exactly the same. How big was the update in terms of gigs? I'm not sure. Mine was auto-updated by the time I logged on. Sean is saying 10 gigabytes. I can't confirm that, but that's probably your best guess. I'm not sure. They didn't put it on Twitter. Leonardo, what's up, man? Go check out the apparel items at the end of the track. Okay, I will. So how does the seasonal characters work? Will it transfer expertise as well? I wish they gave us more info. Yeah, so I think that, and like I said, I'm working on a video to... Okay, everyone's saying it's 10 gigs. Thank you for the gift for the info, people. I think that is like, whether you are a fan of what they're proposing or not, the probably agreed upon thing is that they should not have announced such a fundamental change to the game without having the time to fully explain things, because there are a lot of questions as far as how that's all going to work. And they have already started to explain some of that stuff on Twitter, and that's part of why I'm making an additional video talking about the seasonal character topic for tomorrow. Like, for example, they confirmed on Twitter that we are getting an additional character slot, so that you won't need to delete any characters. They confirmed that master difficulty content will be available and is tuned for your main character, so there is still a very logical purpose for main characters. You progress through the seasonal stuff, then you go back to your main character and play that master difficulty content. They talked about how the progression's going to work. So again, I think the big blunder was just the fact that they didn't leave themselves time to explain all of that in the announcement, because that is left to a lot of people, you know, being very confused about stuff, understandably, because we don't have all the details. So, but like I said, I'm working on a video to kind of break all of that down more in depth, but I'm sure we'll talk about it across the stream here as well. Already, how many people we got in here? 230 people in the stream. Welcome in, folks. We're about to dive into all of the Year 6 Season 1 stuff. Can we see the mana? And yeah, Sebastian. Is this the new format? No. So Seasons 2.0 isn't going into effect for another 4 months. That's the other thing that a lot of people didn't pick up on. Which again, they probably could have clarified that better at Ubisoft Forward. None of that is happening today. That's next season. This is still, you know, quote unquote a normal season the way that we know them.
Agent in need.
None of that is happening yet. Rolf asked about the Enforcer. I do not know. I do not know if there's any changes to the Enforcer there. What up, Evil? What up, Scotty? Hawk. Good to see you all. Chris. Okay. Hermes had to look at the end of the reward track. Oh, we get an outfit for I don't know how to say her name right. Yongjia from the Crossroads book. That's sick. So this was the one they showed in that photo. That's the piece that I like a lot, is the jacket. Nice, dude. That's pretty cool. Server's still down. I'm in right now. Maybe there's some queues going on or something. I'm not sure. Is there a way to skip Wony now? Not so much skip, but it's optional. You don't have to have Wony to get to level 40. You can continue playing in DC. So that's the big change they made. How long are seasons? This one is going on 19 weeks. So glad I found your channel, got me back into the Division after years. Kill Nerve, that is very awesome to hear, man. I appreciate you saying that a lot. Welcome. All right, should we dive into the season stuff? Because it's right inside the door here, and I'm anxious to get in. So I'm going to hit record on here because I don't know what this is going to be. But let's go take a look, shall we?
Warning. Unauthorized network access detected.
Warmer.
Oh, I love that.
Ooh, getting warmer.
We get the Anna warmer, colder thing like Kelso did.
Ooh, red hot.
Red hot. We get this.
Welcome home, Agent. Apologies for the shock treatment back in New York, but we had to make sure you were ready to join us. I'm not sure where your loyalties lie, since you've killed me once already. Kelso is confident in your abilities, but I don't let just anyone join my organization. Had to learn that one the hard way. So, I put together a little test to see if you're ready to see how deep the rabbit hole really
All right.
Echo, report to Judiciary Square.
So does that mean that... Does that mean that Anna is now a part of our watch? Because she was just talking to us directly, right? And that was probably after a new collectible acquired. That was maybe the one we just had. They also changed... These lights used to be red, now they're blue. Don't know if that really means anything. Cool. That's what people are saying, like, you know, it's a lot to add her, like, directly as a function to our watch, but just having her as a part of the story and, like, comms and stuff would be cool. So let me check if that was actually a new... They added more Descent comms. Oh, we're going all the way. Another 20 for this season, I guess. All right. Manhunt first Rogue. Okay, yeah, those were we just listened to. Cool symbol for the season, too, with the Keener thing all glitched out. Peter, what's up? Lucas, good to see you, man. We can use Anna now? No, but it seems like she's just in our watch, just kind of guiding us for some of these things here. Does that mean we're done with Isaac? No, Isaac will still be the main AI. Alright, let's go check it out then. So Judiciary Square, Cinder Block. So it's probably going to be similar objectives, but I think Anna will be leading us between, maybe? We'll find out. I should probably switch my... Not use a PvP build for this. We'll just run this, why not? Why not? Why not? Run the Kelso fit. Alright. Grim says, should I come back? Last played in 2020. They're definitely doing a lot of changes this overall year of content to better acclimate returning players to the game. They're doing a big change next season. Faction War Territory. Okay, that's old. They're doing a big change next season where they're introducing seasonal characters. That's going to be a huge thing that a lot of people are talking about right now. So, yeah, whether it's this season, next season, I think Year 6 is a pretty good time to come back to the game. I kind of did a video on that a few months ago. You can find. Bodog, hey, from Canada, what's up? Emmanuel, not late, am I? No one who makes it to the stream is ever late, my friend. Welcome in. 330 people watching. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Luke, I'm on console playing with a controller. That's my setup. For everyone watching, if you haven't already and you do want to help support, it does very much help out if you click that like button. We're at 64 likes right now. I appreciate everybody who has so far. But thanks for being here as well. Postman, can't wait for Burning Man DC in August. Yep. I know, I saw your comment. I'm like, I did definitely think that when it was like scorching summer heat, an event. The most plausible one, I saw someone comment on the video and say they're probably teasing a repeat apparel event because they've been doing that these past few seasons, and it's probably going to be that Heatwave one from 2019. That's most likely what it is. I don't know why they wouldn't just say that outright. And it's also not on, there's nothing on the season track I looked for August, or like anything noteworthy, like a second event, apparel event. So I don't know for sure that it's that, but I would guess it's probably that. And I don't want to get my hopes up on a gameplay thing when it's probably a second apparel event. How much is just the season pass? Same as always, $10. But seasons are not, you don't have to buy them in this game to access the content. It's just if you want those cosmetic rewards and a few additional caches and things like that. Water guns, yeah, they had a new exotic water gun. The only thing I can think of for like why, if it is just a rerun of Heatwave, why they wouldn't talk about it is maybe they're like beefing it up a little bit with a few new rewards, or maybe there's some, like you said, some like silly water gun exotic or something. I don't know, but they should have teased D3 at the Ubisoft show. Well, the thing is, Division 3 has basically no work done on it. There was actually a little thing tweeted out by Tom Henderson yesterday who confirmed that as soon as Star Wars Outlaws is done, that is when Division 3 will go into production. So aside from probably concept art and like pre-production stuff, there is no work done on Division 3 right now. That's why they're not talking about it and probably won't talk about it for a good while. I don't really know why I'm doing this. My thing is the other way, but here we are. I guess I'm getting my aim warmed up because I haven't played it all. Eagle Bear slang is always, you know it, man. It'll never leave my hands. Godlix. Hope I'm saying that right. What's going on? Been playing so much since I started last month. Already level 30. Nice. Well, and you picked the right time, I guess, because as of the change today, you can now just keep going from 30 to 40 in DC if you want to. What's currently on the game that was different from previous seasons? Aside from the new season and gear, not too much. This is more or less kind of a repeat of Season 11 from back last year, where there's no like big new notable content addition. The big update will really be in October when we get Seasons 2.0. What was the patch I just got? Little rogue skull, that's cool. Not sure if I missed it, but what do you think of the new rifle gear set? Cameron, I'm definitely going to have to get it in the live server here and test it out. On the PTS, I was pretty fine with it. I thought it had potential, but it was a little bit lacking. They did increase its damage by a good bit, and so I'm interested to grab it and test it out for sure. I want the apparel event where the gunner is introduced and want the headgear for completing it, called the ballistic helmet. Well, they've been doing repeats, so, you know, I might come back. So hoping to hear news on the Division Resurgence. I was quite surprised that Resurgence had 0 mentions. And their Twitter's been quiet too, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm sure, you know, a lot of people are going to say, oh, it's going to get canceled. I don't think it will, but I don't know why it didn't show up yesterday. Why bother with PTS if they aren't going to take feedback? Well, I think they did. They buffed the rifles, the rifle gear set's damage. They buffed the shotgun by a good bit. They buffed the new shotgun talent. So I'm not sure which feedback you're specifically talking about, but they did make changes. I do wish they had changed the knee pads, but they did not. What's up, Centrifugal? Thoughts on the seasonal characters? A lot of people are upset. Yeah, that's an understatement. That's pretty much what all people are talking about. I'm working on a separate video that's probably going to come out tomorrow to like fully dive into the topic, so it's probably going to be hard to like fully cover it here. I think the biggest thing is that they didn't... There's clearly a lot of unanswered questions with the system. I think if they were going to reveal that on Ubisoft Forward, they should have given themselves enough time to fully outline things. Because they've already started answering questions on Twitter today that have started to quell some of people's issues with it. Stuff like the fact that we're getting a new character slot, the fact that master difficulty content is available and tuned towards main characters and not seasonal characters. So I stand by what I said in my video. I for how I play the game, I'm excited for what that system could bring. But again, I think there's just a lot of details about it that they didn't talk about yet, and that's what people are having a lot of issues with. But at the end of the day, too, the big main change is the fact that they're asking you to do a new character instead of your existing one for the seasonal content specifically. One detail that I think not everybody is fully understanding is the fact that you're not just playing a new character from 1 to 40 like the same as you do now. They said it's an accelerated progression. So let's say if a 1 to 40 experience now takes, I don't know, 30 or 40 hours, and this is all purely hypothetical until we get more details, but let's say that under the seasonal character model, let's say it takes 10 hours instead of that. It's also not the same like way as it is now. They're going to have like curated progression and flows every season, so instead of doing all the regular missions, maybe you do 2 or 3 of those missions in different orders, and then it asks you to go do some bounties, then it asks you to go do different game modes to get to level 40, and on top of that, it's all with these seasonal modifiers that are happening to both you and the enemies that are changing up how you fundamentally interact with the gameplay. So again, is 100% of the people, or 100% of the people going to be on board with that? No. But again, I think it's details like that that had they expanded on those more yesterday, more people might be a little bit more willing to see it out. You know what I mean? I'm getting slammed up here. But again, a lot of that is what I want to try and address and talk about in my video tomorrow. Is just go into a bit more detail. I'm so dead. Give things a bit more time to...
Agent vital signs. 0.
Can I blame that on the fact that I'm not warmed up, please? Come on, guys. You don't need to... I don't even know what we're talking about. That didn't happen. No one saw that. So yeah. Like I said, it's a huge topic that we're going to be talking about for the next good while, I'm sure. So, yeah. Oh, I just hit the wrong button and went in my map. That was awkward. Sean, don't say that. It didn't happen. Please don't explode and make me die, RC car. So yeah, again, like I said before, I think the biggest mistake of yesterday was not giving themselves the proper amount of time or detail to fully cover what that system entails. Because I think you're seeing a lot of people left with a lot of questions, a lot of confusion about what exactly is happening. And a lot of people also thought that was coming out today. Like, that was the problem, is that they didn't fully articulate or underscore enough that that was a part of Season 2 and not coming out today. Like, we're going to have a PTS on this stuff. We're going to be able to test it out and give feedback. And like Tim said right there, the fact that we're getting an additional slot, it's perfectly reasonable that people thought maybe that wasn't happening because they didn't talk about it, right? If they had just said, you're getting a 5th character slot, you don't have to delete anything, I think that all of it just would have gone over a lot better. So... But, you know, at the end of the day, it is a very big change to how we play the Division 2, how we have for the last many years. And so it's, I'm sure that even with all of the details and once we fully get our hands on it, there will be people who simply don't like it. That's just how it goes with any time you make big changes to a game. So, yeah. Yeah, Keith, you do not have to delete any characters. They're giving us a new slot. That was something that they confirmed on Twitter this morning. Should have had a separate stream from Ubisoft for like an hour. Yeah, and obviously when the season... I think they even said this morning on Twitter, like, when the season gets close, they are going to do a big stream to talk about it. But yeah, I think... This should not have been treated like a regular update or change to the game, considering how big it is.
Where the hell are they? They're close. I can feel it. They're not people. They're hyenas.
Servers are back up. Yes, they are. Went up earlier than their delay projection.
I need a better spot.
Brooklyn map is 2025, yes. So we get Seasons 2.0 in October, and then Brooklyn will come the update after in Season 3. And that's another big thing that, again, I don't want to say this definitively because, again, they didn't talk about it. But stuff like the DLC, and let's say in Year 7, if they were to bring out new incursions or game modes, I do not believe from what they've said that you would have to, you're forced to then play that on a seasonal character. That stuff is going to be available to your main characters from day one. The point of doing seasonal characters is that they can create a season experience that's actually unique, that makes you play differently every time. They make you go and do different objectives as you level up. You earn the rewards that way. And then, like they said, you build that up towards the master difficulty that then you tackle on your main character. So... yes, there is a lot of focus being shifted to seasonal characters, but they're not replacing your main characters. That was another big thing people were saying yesterday. How does Year 6 feel? What's up, Sweet? I don't know. We're just in the very first objective right now, so haven't had too much time yet. But, you know, there's not too many, like, huge changes coming out to revolutionize how the game feels, but... I like the season premise so far. We had Anna talking to us, guiding us around the White House. So that was fun. We'll see where the rest of this this first trial takes us.
Cold. Echo, you're straying from the path.
I do like that Anna's our guide. That's pretty cool. Missed the beginning. Did you have to create a new seasonal character? No. So that was, again, a big misconception from the stream yesterday. That system is not going in for another 4 months. This is, Year 6 Season 1 is still the same old season structure that we've had for a long time.
I'm tougher than I look.
I deleted 2 just to see if I can come back and do the one you run in DC. Yeah, they said you can freely travel between the two, between New York and DC now during the Warlords campaign, so I would imagine you can do a level 30 boost and still go back. I don't know if that would be faster. I've never done a Wony Mule run. That's the thing that and again, I don't want to assume how people feel about this stuff, but people optionally do Wony alt runs and other stuff all the time, so I think the idea of doing an alt character isn't the problem with Seasons 2.0. It's just that they didn't fully articulate how main characters still fit into the picture. Ooh, we're doing District Union. Interesting. Mad Bad, any PvP news? No. And, you know, like we said for a while, I I don't expect, unfortunately, PvP to be a big focus in the Division 2 unless they were to get a PvP team back, because Red Storm is still not on the team. So they did a lot for their expertise level in, for the devs' expertise in that area, I should say, with Project Resolve, but I unfortunately would not expect any huge PvP focus. Seasonal progression is to level 100 is doable in 4 months. So that's the other big thing, is that people are thinking that a new seasonal character means you're running through 1 to 40 the same way as you do now with the same amount of time. They said it is a accelerated progression. So let's say instead of maybe 40 hours, it takes 10 hours, and you're doing different objectives every season. It's not like you're running through the campaign start to finish. Maybe you do one mission here, one mission there. It guides you to go try a few of the game modes. You do some bounties, you do whatever, and that then organically gets you to level 40. And it's all with these different modifiers on yourself and the enemies. So, you know, it's different than what I think some people are thinking in that regard. And for me, a big reason why I said that I'm looking forward to it, and this remains true until we see otherwise, is the fact that this actually has a direct impact on the difficulty of the game. And again, I can't speak for everyone. I know some people love this stuff. I'm kind of tired of just steamrolling through things with Striker. Like, there's no reason for me not to run Striker and do as well as I'm doing. So the idea of having fresh progression every season with these curated modifiers, with these curated experiences and objectives, that allows them to create actual organic difficulty that we haven't had in the game for a long time. I recently started a second character I did once we learned about the one endgame thing, because I want to make a video on how exactly that works. And it was fun to go through levels like 1 to 10 and just not have everything that I have now and feel a bit differently. So if they can bring that every season, that to me personally is exciting. But then we also have the fact that, like they said, or like they clarified later on Twitter, you're building up towards playing the master difficulty content on your main character. That's still the goal of that. So I was hoping for the 7th gear slot this season. Yeah, no, that's probably... We still don't... They didn't give any details on what the new item type thing is, but that is probably still coming next season. But again, it's like people have questions about how does that fit into it? Is that still a part of it? And because of just how quickly they went through things, people just don't know. And that's part of what's contributed to all of this discussion and controversy so far. Seasonal characters coming in 4 months? Yes, it's coming with Season 2 which according to the seasonal calendar in here is 19 weeks. I said 19 months. 19 weeks away.
See how you like that?
Thoughts on the book outfit for the season rewards? The one at the end I thought looks really cool from 95 to 100. The apparel event, I just kind of want to see the full outfits. We haven't really gotten the preview like we normally do. But I like the idea of doing a crossover. It's cool to you know, mesh the universe that way. You play hardcore Agent on the regular? No, I don't. Oh, you said or regular. I do not play hardcore. It stresses me out too much. Does this mean that to play the Manhunt I have to have a new person? Yes. You do have to create a seasonal character to partake in the Manhunt story. Then once you get through that and you unlock the new Master difficulty, they clarified on Twitter this morning that that unlocks for your main character, and that's kind of what that content is tuned for. It's for you to use all of your progression and expertise on that new Master difficulty content.
Local power offline. Circuit breaker detected.
I'm curious what the like end thing of this is going to be. I guess it may be able to be somewhat similar to the investigations last season. Like once we, is there going to be a final target or something? I don't know. I already know that the climax mission this season though is going to be tight if we're finally meeting up with Keener. But that's a ways off. Wonder if Keener will die for good this time. I doubt it. I think that the reason for them bringing him back is that they wanted to be involved in this stuff moving forward for at least a good while. Maybe in Division 3 he dies. Any news about specializations? Not sure which kind of news you're referring to, but no. See, like, the idea of doing a season where I'm not just doing this and spawn camping, and it's actually, like, organic difficulty with modifiers, that sounds more enticing to me personally. That's at least one of the reasons why I think it could be fun. But like I said, I understand why people would want to keep playing on their main tunes. Probably referring to the spec revamp. The spec revamp is not coming. They canceled that, and I made a video on that probably close to a year ago. That's when they announced that was Year 5 Season 1. They said that it's not coming.
We're set up in the mall. They're not getting through here. Don't die, motherfucker. Not a chance.
It's kind of interesting that this... Usually the Manhunt stuff is like portrayed to where it's current events, whereas this is just a rerun of District Union. That's slightly strange canonically, but are excited about rifles coming back with the buff. I am definitely interested to try the gear set with stuff like the Ravenous. Definitely. So we'll see if we can unlock that during the stream here. I think the modifiers are just going to be like global events with the new character. We will see. They said that it's going to be like unique modifiers that impact both us and the enemies. So I would think, I don't think it'll be the same ones as the global events, but whether or not they act similar, I have no idea. Again, that's part of the thing, right? If they had shown us like an actual preview with maybe one of those active, that could have helped out in people's comprehension of the full changes. Whoa. Ragdoll.
Still there, sweetie? Hello? Fuck. Everybody get yourselves ready. This situation is serious.
I feel like the team is split between making a solo fun experience and a role-based team experience, the DPS support, etc. Like I said, everyone is running around a striker to speedrun the season stuff. Yeah. And you know, it's like I've always said before that I don't have nearly as much of an issue with nerfs in general as a lot of people do. If they were to try and nerf Striker after all of this, you know, after all this time that people have used it, people will be up in arms in the same way that they are right now about seasonal characters. So it's like, do we continue doing seasons where people are ridiculously OP? Do we try and reset them to a different difficulty level? No one's going to be happy regardless of what step they take. I think we can just hope that the step that they do take ends up being fun for the most amount of people. And we won't fully know until we try Seasons 2.0 for ourselves. Can you show me your striker build? Sure thing. Let me, once I finish this room, I will do that. I know you're hiding back there. This is the build, and I have a, if you search up RogueGold Juggernaut, that's what I named the build video a while back, so there's a build video on it. Actually, I can just link it for you. Da-da. Alright, it is pinned in the chat if you want the build video for this. I'm sorry you feel that way, Mike. Hopefully, once it comes out, you'll at least give it a try, and if it's still not for you, then that's what it is, but maybe it'll be a fun experience. We'll see. Is the mana glitched? I'm not sure what you might be referring to. I'm playing it right now, unless you mean a step ahead of where I am. I'm not sure. Is the new season track here yet? Yep, it's live right now. $100 tiers, new rewards to get there. Can you link your striker St. Emil's build as well? Yeah, let me do that after the mission, Slurp. Check the season pass mission project, the daily one. I have not bought it yet. You only get that if you buy the premium track. I haven't bought it yet, so I wouldn't know if it's on there. Check the XP rewards or projects must have been cut. I feel like I don't remember. Oh, this one is definitely cut because it was 700,000. Huh. I wonder if that is... That's probably not intentional because they just changed that with Project Resolve. Let me make a note of that. Thanks for shouting that out. How do you start the Manhunt? You go inside the White House to the basement. People are confused with the hot and cold thing. That's exactly what Anna would want. She wants you to be confused. Can we still do the season Manhunt without a seasonal character? Once that goes live, which is not right now, that's next season, you will not. You will have to use a seasonal character to play through the Manhunt content. Once you unlock the climax mission, it then unlocks for your main character, and you can do the master difficulty with your main character. That's what they were talking about on Twitter this morning.
Air quality. Acceptable.
Can you explain what you mean by seasonal characters? Yeah, so a lot of details are still not known right now. This is something they just announced yesterday, and it's not coming to the... Come on. There we go. It's not coming to the game for another 4 months or so, so there's still a lot of time and details that we'll need to learn. But essentially, the new season structure is that to go through the Manhunt progression, it's now going to be weekly. You start a new character, and there are new modifiers, so you play each season differently. Let's say maybe one of the modifiers is based on long-range stuff, or one of it's based on skill stuff. I don't know. We have no examples to point to. But there's going to be modifiers, and then you play through a 1 to 40 character with accelerated progression. It's not the same campaign that we're used to. It'll be different objectives, much faster than the 1 to 40 experience. But then once you get that character to level 40, there's then weekly Manhunt Scout content that releases for you to play through. And then once you go all the way through and play the climax mission on the seasonal character, it then unlocks the master difficulty for you to tackle on your main character. And then all the rewards and stuff that you earn on that will then transfer over and become a main character when the season ends. All right, last room here. But they will be adding an all-new character slot, so you don't have to delete any characters, anything like that. It'll just kind of layer on top of the characters and systems that we have now. Killnerve becoming a member of Rogue Studios. Thank you so much, my guy. I appreciate that greatly. You now get a cool badge next to your name. You get some emotes you can use here on the chat and on the channel. And if you want to join our Discord server and link up your YouTube account, you'll get access to the Rogue Studios channel on there. But thank you very much for the support, man. Greatly appreciate it. So would we need to make a new seasonal character every 4 months? Yes. Every time a new season rolls around, there will be a new campaign, essentially, like a new sequence of objectives to get you from level 1 to 40. And that will require you to make a new seasonal character to go through that flow, to get the season rewards, to unlock the climax mission, and then that all kind of flows back to main characters by the end of the season. But again, I just want to clarify for people listening, none of the things we're talking about are in the game right now. This is for next season. That's coming out in roughly October. So this is all still a good ways off.
Echo, you are straying from the path. If you ever want to know what Vanguard truly wants, follow the breadcrumbs.
That's my favorite thing this season officially, is that Anna is our guide. I don't understand why we can't just opt in our existing character to go from level 1 back up to 40. That would be more fun. I honestly, Drumple, I think it's because they want to try and curb some of the difficulty creep, the power creep that we've seen in the game. If the majority of people are playing on these newer characters for the first bit of the season, then that means that in places like the Dark Zone and in other types of content, you're actually encouraged to use other builds, and the game is more dynamically challenging and fun again, compared to just steamrolling through stuff with the builds we have. Again, I understand not everybody's going to jive with that, because some people just want to be extremely powerful. But yeah, it's also important to note you're not locked from your main character. You can still play with your main character and do any kind of content in the game. It's specifically for like the Manhunt and the story content that you'll need to access via the seasonal characters. So next season is when we get to create the new seasonal character. Yes, it's not live right now. Wait a sec. So seasons 2.0 will be like mini DLCs. I guess it depends on what you mean, Frank. They said very clearly in the article that their goal is to they feel like they can't really create too many surprises or novelty with the seasons right now. With the structure that they have. So the goal with seasons 2.0 is to be able to do way more in the game to make seasons more compelling and more fresh. That includes the modifiers they're going to be doing. That includes the campaign differences where you're going to be playing different objectives. You're not just going through the regular 1 to 40 flow. It's different objectives every season. So Zach Pretty also becoming a member of Rogue Studios. Thank you very much, my guy. I appreciate y'all joining up very much. The description for this one is Echo, why do people try the same thing over and over again and expect a different outcome? Definition of insanity. Zach, appreciate it very much, dude. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Season 2.0, very, very small bits of story instead of the usual. We don't know at this point how. So they said that instead of manhunts being like these 4 quadrants that release every month, they're now going to do scouts that are weekly. So every week there will be new manhunt objectives to go and do. We don't know what those objectives are going to be. We don't know how long they're going to take. They didn't give us any of those details. We just know that there's now going to be weekly stuff to do instead of monthly. But won't it give us crappy gear to use with the seasonal character? Well, you'll be leveling up the season pass on the seasonal character. So whatever new gear comes out, you'll get that. And then you go through the usual flow of building up your arsenal and your stash on the seasonal character. How do I create seasonal character? Mulberry, it's not in the game right now. That's coming next season in Year 6 Season 2. This season is another standard format season. When the new character is created, do you have to keep unlocking the White House like if you were starting out for the game before? Spencer, we don't know at this point. We don't have those details. I would assume that maybe they would start you out with that already happening, and you go through different objectives that way. But we simply don't know at this time. Is there more stash space, stash trading between characters? Again, we don't know. They didn't talk about that, unfortunately. And like I said earlier, I think that was the biggest blunder of yesterday, was not giving themselves enough time to answer all of these questions, because it's left a lot of people confused about what exactly is going to happen.
Target is near you, Agent.
What do you mean by scouts in Division 2, and what are the seasonal characters? So next season, Andrew, Year 6 Season 2, they're changing the seasonal format. You're now going to be playing on seasonal characters if you want to access the Manhunt story. That means there's going to be all new modifiers, all new objectives for you to go through to level up your character and access that content. And instead of Manhunts being in these 4 sections like they have been ever since we've known them, you're now going to have weekly objectives to do for Manhunt content. But again, we don't yet have details on what those objectives are, how long they're going to take. We just know that the Manhunt format is transitioning to weekly updates instead of monthly. Lito with the 3-month member message. Like the video if you haven't already. You're a legend, dude. Thank you for being around here, man. I appreciate you greatly. Does the game feel smoother for you now too? I don't know. I hadn't noticed anything, but it's always possible. It'd be nice if they make changes to the maps so some parts look different. Well, here's one interesting detail, was that when they showed off the master difficulty thing, you see that intersection just to the right of where my cursor is? That is where the master difficulty thing was shown in the trailer. So I don't know if that indicates that we're going to be going over there in Year 6 Season 2, like an actual new part of the map for that mission. But that is what it showed. It showed that that was happening at that intersection just past where my cursor is able to go. Slurp also become a member of Rogue Studios. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it very much, man. Thank you for the support. You now have a cool badge next to your name, emotes and emojis to use here in the chat and on the channel, and Discord access if you end up linking your account. Thank you very much. No problem, Spencer. You just create a new character and do the campaign over again. Nothing has changed. That is not true, Mulberry. They said that it's going to be an accelerated campaign and that you're going to be doing different objectives that guide players through all the various content that the game has to offer. So it's going to be curated every season to be a different experience with those modifiers that they're introducing. What's master difficulty is harder than legendary? No, you're good, Andrew. And that's, like I was saying, that was the problem, was that they didn't answer enough of these things yesterday to give people a clear idea of what's happening. We do not know if master difficulty is going to, how it compares to legendary. Presumably it will not be as hard as something like an incursion, right? But, yeah, we just don't know at this time. Hermes with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, dude. Going to Justin, St. John, Cameron, and Ian. You 5, be sure to drop Hermes a thank you in the chat. As always, you're very kind, dude. Very, very kind. I hope you've been looking at those comments on the recap video, because people were quite pleased with it. I think it helped a lot of people out, so you should be proud, man. Me and you both. But thank you so much for the generosity, as always. Is it still possible to access the manhunt with your main agent, or are you forced to make a seasonal agent for the manhunt? The way they described it, Nasus, is that to play through the weekly manhunt content that comes out, you will need to be on a seasonal character. Once you then complete all that stuff and you go through the climax mission, the master difficulty will then unlock for your main character. That's what they were saying on Twitter today, and that the master content is basically tailored for main characters. But as far as doing the manhunt steps to get there, that'll be all on a seasonal character. So what you're using right now is your normal character? Yes, Mike. Everything we're talking about is not coming to the game until next season. For another 4 months.
I'm gonna mess you up.
Grenade in the air!
Stupid piece of crap.
Is this where I'm going in here? Bunch of shield guys. Hopefully there will be considerably more information for Massive with that 4 months. Yes. And they said on Twitter today that they plan to do like a big stream to fully detail everything. But again, I think that was part of the problem with how they announced it, was that if they weren't ready to share all of those details, they probably just shouldn't have said anything about it and just showed Season 1, right? Yeah.
That's the target agent.
Alright, once we get through the manhunt section, I'm hoping I'll be high enough level that I'll have unlocked some of the gear set items.
Echo. Follow the breadcrumbs.
Thank you, Anna.
Target down. Good job.
So this is a new brain set, by the way. SP Zoo. Magazine size, rifle damage, weapon handling. Comes with a red. Hopefully, RCM. I hope the same, man. LOTM solo master difficulty. No way it's harder than the recruiter mission on heroic. I replayed that recently. I love that mission so much. I love when they take out the mechanic of taking out the radar, which I know some people hated. but I thought it was a very fun way to spike the difficulty.
Cleaning up the streets, one bad guy.
Sounds like the future seasons will be very solo unfriendly. They actually said the opposite, Bob. They were saying on Twitter this morning that like one of their main goals is to make it more, while also making it more fresh for veteran players. They want to make it more accessible because you are essentially doing, you know, I mean, it's like starting over a new character in the same way that the campaign works for solo characters. It does for there too. Where am I getting blocked off here? Oh, I'm way at the wrong spot. Listen, Mulberry, it's plenty okay to not like the changes that are coming. That's completely fine. But if you're just going to be in here to antagonize other people and attack other people, that's not cool, man. So I don't want to time you out, but if the changes aren't for you, that's completely okay, but you do have to respect other people's opinions on things. Justin, thank you very much, man. Yeah, and I'm working on another video right now to kind of go into more detail about the whole seasonal thing because there's so many questions about it. But I'm glad that it's all helped out. That's always the goal, is just to try and be informative. Where's the master difficulty showcase? Yeah, they didn't show anything. So hopefully hopefully that's someone we get to see. I mean, I'm sure they'll show it, you know, before the season goes live.
Reinforcements incoming.
What are the changes? The big change for the update today, or the big feature with Year 6 Season 1, is one endgame, where they're decoupling warlords from the level 30 to 40 experience, so you can now do that in DC. Players who buy the game can just buy the base game and access all the same seasons in endgame that the rest of us do. So hopefully that'll increase matchmaking pools, and that'll just kind of streamline the way that everyone plays the Division 2. Oh, I'm dead. And then we have a new season with new gear and rewards to dive into. It's a smaller update for sure, or it will be the smallest one in Year 6, since we're getting Seasons 2.0 next season, and then the DLC in Season 3. When you're running for president, Rogue. I appreciate it, Notorious. Good luck getting that by some of the people in my comments on the video yesterday. There's some scathing comments there for sure. But I appreciate everybody who continues to, you know, even if we don't like some of the stuff that's coming up. I mean, I have said that I'm a fan of some of the things they proposed. I'm excited to see it implemented, but even if you aren't, at the end of the day, all I want to do on here is have discussions. Even if we all don't agree on stuff, that's completely fine, but if we can't discuss it, then how are we ever going to get to a resolution, you know? So I appreciate everybody that still comes in to do that. By the way, I just want to shout out that we still have 440 people watching the stream. Thank you all very, very much for being here as we check out Year 6 Season 1. We just passed 200 likes as well. So thank you all for the support. Hey, what's up, Ken? How you doing? How long would it take for a brand new player to reach level 40 from 1? What do you think? Spiel, do you mean in terms of the seasonal character stuff, or like if you were right now to start a new character on like regular progression? Abib, I hope I'm saying that right. What's new in the update today? I'm new to the game, just started one, so I don't know what a new season entails. So the new update today, the big feature is actually the fact that they're making Woni no longer mandatory to get to level 40, it's still a really great content experience, and you still get exclusive stuff from it, so I definitely recommend you play through it. But they're just making it so that you don't have to own it if you want to access some of the endgame stuff. But beyond that, once you reach level 40, so I think you said you're 30 right now, once you reach 40, that's when you can access the new season, and you'll be able to get a season pass full of rewards and exotics and stuff, and there's manhunt content that I'm playing through right now to go through if you want to follow along with the story. Those are the main highlights for your 6th season 1. Tack to Dad, what's up? Nice name. Love it. I saw that as well, Devin. I'm definitely, once we finish this, I'm definitely going to go through all the collectibles. Is there crossplay for this game? There's not, unfortunately. The Division 2 does not have crossplay or cross progression. My question is all the surveys and things people send to them about what they want in the game. I guess it depends on what it's specifically referring to, Keith. I think at the end of the day, like, what it always comes back to is resources. The Division 2, unfortunately, is still nowhere near as well resourced or funded as something like Destiny 2, as something like Warframe, or even like the first Descendant that's coming out right now. I'm sure they have a much bigger team than we do. Pale was saying recently there's about 100 people on the Division 2, which has grown a bit since, you know, Season 9 times. But for that size of a team to develop something like Seasons 2.0 and like the DLC, that is no doubt taking the majority, if not all, of their resources. So, obviously, in a perfect world, we would all want new zones, new missions, new incursions, new PvP stuff every single update. Of course we would. But if Ubisoft isn't giving them the resources to do that, you know, I don't know what to say, you know? So hopefully when we get to the Division 3, that is when they kind of reprioritize and give us the resources that they need to compete with those games' levels of content. But for now, something like Seasons 2.0, I think, is their best attempt to create as dynamic of an experience as possible with the resources that they have available.
Echo, you're very good at following directions. Are you ready to go off the path?
I'm ready to go off the path, Anna. Lead me there. Yeah, another bounty to do.
Supply room access.
Bunch of things in the chat. Apologies if I fall behind on anything. As always, y'all can resend questions if I miss it. It's not intentional. Hey, what's up, Malicide? How you doing, man? Oh, Heart Machine, it's no problem at all. That's what I expect in these streams, is to talk and answer questions and all that, so you're completely good.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
Morton Ryberg in the chat. What's up, Morton? When they finally make the Division 3, I hope and expect them to only use the brand pillars to make the game. It needs to be a completely fresh experience and attracts new audiences on top. Yeah, I mean, I hope the Division... I mean, my biggest hope for the Division 3 is that it takes all of the lessons of Division 1 and 2. Like, Division 2, when they started making some of the core ideas of it and the basic foundation, we were still very early into the Division 1's life. They didn't have nearly all of the learnings that we had by the time we got to updates like 1.7 and 1.8. So, as Tom Henderson was saying yesterday, if Division 3 does start to go into production in like 3-4 months here, once Outlaws releases, think about all of the lessons that they're now going to be able to take and implement from all these years of Division 2 and Division 1. Hopefully it's better for it, you know, at the end of all that. No worries, Malicide. Sorry about the spoilers. I'll see you around. And I hope you feel better, man. Do you think the finale of the season we will off Keener? I do not. I think they brought Keener back because he's going to be a big character moving forward. And they said the whole season is about can we trust him and work with him. So I would imagine that we will do that. Considering the size of the Division 2 team, I personally think they're doing a great job. I think they're doing the best they can. And, you know, not every decision is going to be beloved by everybody. Not every decision is going to be perfect. They've got learnings to do considering this is an all-new team from the one that made the base game. But, yeah, I think they're trying their best for sure. Do I need to get the season pass to play the new content with Keener and stuff? Nope. All seasons in this game are completely free. The season pass is just if you want the additional track on the reward tiers for cosmetic stuff and some additional loot. That's it. Did the new season start already? Yes, sir. It began this morning. That's what we're playing in. Div 2 is not designed as a live game, just to add something to that. I've heard that before, Morton, and I find that interesting because, like, wasn't that the whole premise of what Division 1 and 2 are? These, like, live service looter shooters, but you're right. Obviously, it didn't have, like, as much stuff built in there, so I don't know. It wasn't built as live, but they kept it going for a while. Interesting stuff there. Oh, this is a cool spot for a bounty along there. Let's just run over there for fun. You take a drink of water. All new and big projects from Ubi support crossplay and progression, so I fully expect that to happen. Yeah, even Heartland, before it was canceled, said it was going to have crossplay and progression, so I have no doubt that Division 3 will have those things. Is there a way to play old Manhunt missions? Yeah, if you go into your Manhunt tab here, you see down at the bottom, there's a button for Legacy Manhunts. If I click that, all old seasons have a hub here where you can recap the text there for what happens. It has a date, and you can travel to their missions and play those finales and get those rewards. And they just added the one from last season. Now it's in here from Kelso. So that Legacy Manhunt system is there. How do I do the manhunt? The start of this one, you go into the White House to the basement and listen to the laptop there. Then you'll start getting the objectives. Are seasonal characters optional? Yes, in the sense that you can still play the game and not do them. It's just if you want to access the manhunt content every season before that season ends and releases, like the rewards, then you'll need to do them there. Am I missing something, but are we being forced to do speedruns to access the new season? Not really, cause. So seasonal characters are not going to act the same as normal characters. It's not like you're doing a 1 to 40 run regularly. They've curated the objectives each time around. You're going to go and play different missions, do stuff like bounties, open world stuff, game modes to get to level 40, and that's going to guide you through that. It's at an accelerated pace, so it doesn't take the same amount of time that it does to get from level 1 to 40. And you're then playing with that character throughout the season and gaining power on them to tackle the manhunt content and eventually unlock the climax mission. So it's all kind of a curated experience. It's not like they're just adding a barrier to the regular stuff that we do. It's all interconnected. A80. Hiya back. What's up? No, Frick. Seasonal characters do not go into the game until Year 6 Season 2 for another 4 months or so. That is not coming in this update. And that was a big confusion point from the stream yesterday that I wish they'd kind of clarified more, because a lot of people thought that was coming today. It's not coming in the game for a good while longer. So Wony runs are dead now? No, that should still all act exactly the same. Nothing is changing with Wony itself. They're just not making it mandatory anymore in order to access the rest of the endgame. But Wony should act exactly the same. What's up, EM? Check the bounty description. Little Echo was cursed to speak the last word she heard. Aren't you the same? But I've never heard you speak. That's funny. Pseudo fourth wall break here. Can we boost a character to level 40 without New York and have all of our watch points on mules for resources? Well, there's never been a boost to 40. You can boost to level 30. And I believe under the new system, if you want to do a level 30 boost, you can now play only in DC. You don't have to go to New York because they're enabling travel between the two cities during the campaign. So, yes, I think is the answer to your question. So is expertise just not matter in 2.0 and what happens to our exotics? That's part of the problem, KGL, is that we simply don't have those details right now. We don't know how that stuff is going to work. We'll have to wait for more details. What's up, Ronald? Slay the Manhunt style and do this Manhunt objective and wait 3 weeks to do what's next. Well, that's part of what's nice about Seasons 2.0 is that Manhunt objectives are going to be weekly. So I think that's one positive change that they're making. Morden said if it's still the same as when I left Massive, Woney is still a paid DLC, meaning the story skills summit and certain weapons are locked to ownership. Yeah, so though they did say Summit is going to be available for everybody. That was in the trailer. So, but I think as far as the Woney map, the story, obviously, and the skills, that is still tied to DLC ownership. But there is also a new edition of the game where Woney gets included with the base game, like for a pretty low price. So they're making it much more accessible on top of that. So what's the cost for the new updated content? If you mean price cost, it's none. Seasons are still free. Are seasonal characters going to be required in your 6th season too? Only if you, if you want to do them, yes. If you want to access the Manhunt content, then yes. You can still play the main game perfectly the same with your regular character. It's not like forcing you to do it. But if you want to play the seasonal content, then yes. I wish we had the Brooklyn right now, I know. Yeah, the DLC is going to be very fun, for sure. That's a lot of guys. Got a stupid question, but if I buy the season pass, will they suck me into that new DLC? I guess I'm trying to fully understand your question. But no, there's no... In this game, season passes don't unlock any content. It's just additional rewards for the season. So, season stuff is all free. And if you buy the pass, that shouldn't impact any of your progression or what you're wanting to do in the game. What's up, Jay Bernie? How you doing? Ever think they will do some improvements to the Dark Zone, like increasing the size of special events? I wish they would. I am not personally expecting that. They've said quite a few times now that well, we know that the team that made the Dark Zones and used to handle PvP stuff is no longer on the game. That was Red Storm, who was making Heartland, and after that, it's been canceled. They are now on Rainbow Six and X Defiant. So Massive has done some PvP stuff over time to try and balance out and smooth out the experience, but until they get actual PvP people back on the team, I don't foresee them doing a bunch of PvP stuff, unfortunately. So no additional stat space or meta shakeups. I understand the devs. Well, that's part of what they're trying to address in Seasons 2.0. By making you play with fresh characters and by having these modifiers on ourselves and the enemies, that inherently changes how you play the game every time there's a new season. So I think that's one way they're trying to do that. Mr. Nobody coming in with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, dude. No message or nothing. Just the support. That's very generous. I appreciate it very much. Where do you think Division 3 will be placed? I was saying before that if it stays in the US, my top picks are either Chicago or Boston. I don't have any kind of educated actual guess as to where it's going to be. That's just kind of my own hope. I think Chicago or Boston in the winter would be... It would give Division 1 vibes while still being an all-new place. So that's kind of my hope. I hope AI will help the development for these types of games soon. You can never keep up with consumption, making huge story beats, mission reskins. Yeah. Takes 100 people 3 months to do, so do the math. Yep. 100%, Morton. And, you know, at the end of the day, I don't think anybody who wants more from this game, like, it's certainly not out of malicious. Is that a word? Malicious intent. People just love the game and they want more stuff, but when you factor in the reality that, yes, the Division 2's team is significantly smaller than games like Destiny or other games, then it starts to make sense, you know, why our updates are usually not as substantial as some of those. Hello.
Agent in need of backup.
Like I said, I'm interested to see a seasonal flow that doesn't involve me spawn camping a door striker.
Well done, Echo. Almost there. Get ready to claim your prize.
Claim my prize? I want to claim a prize. Alright, so then... Yep, thank you. Alright, so the final target then is on police headquarters. Alright.
Target down.
We got one of the new... Oh, I should be doing this for expertise. I forgot. I forgot.
Looks like you earned yourself another bounty. Well done.
What's up, Clyde? If you try to buy the value, your 6 bundle, it won't let me buy it. I saw someone talking about that on Twitter. I actually have not looked at it at all. Oh, there's a bundle. Oh, that's right. This was the thing we saw when we loaded up the game. Is this different from the ones I already had, or is it just repackaged? I don't know. There was a... So there's a mask. There you can see it on the left. I actually like that coloring more than the one they had for the Twitch shops, not gonna lie. And I think there's an outfit in the actual store too. So I have not bought it, Clyde. I don't know. How to create a seasonal character? Wait another 4 months. That feature is not coming until Year 6 Season 2. That was part of the big confusion yesterday. That is not live in the game right now. It's not coming until the next season of the game, the next big update. I'm considering getting the Division 2. How's replay? I can talk. How? All right, here we go. How is the replayability and overall fun in doing content like Countdown and Descent? I continue to argue that for a brand new player, the Division 2 offers a lot of value for the you can get the Division 2 right now for $10. That includes the base game and Warlords. That is a lot of playtime and value for stuff. I think what a lot of veteran players run into is that when you do these activities over and over and over again for hundreds of hours on end, then they wish there was more variety to it, and that's part of what they're trying to do in Year 6 with stuff like Seasons 2.0. But for a brand new player, I think there is a ton of value to be had there for the price you can get the game at. That's exactly what happened, Hermes. This is exactly what happened. I probably missed it, but when is the Brooklyn DLC? That's coming in Year 6 Season 3. which should be getting here in early 2025, roughly around February. That's when we're looking forward to that.
Medical assistance needed.
I think when people said they wanted more content, they meant like a second incursion or maybe something similar to that. No doubt. And like I said before, in a perfect world, like, I think every season we would love if we were getting incursions, missions, maps, all that stuff. The problem is that stuff has a finite amount of engagement time. And so a team of 100 people can't make an incursion and all this extra stuff every season. Like, it's physically impossible for them to make that stuff every single season. And even if they do pull that off on a somewhat regular basis, people only stay invested with that stuff for a certain amount of time. That's part of, you know, we had this conversation back when Warlords came out. There is like part of me that is slightly nervous that people are not going to be as invested with Brooklyn as I think they are thinking they are, because obviously we'll have to wait and see how it's set up. But like when Warlords came out, yes, it was a very awesome experience, and yes, it's very fun to play through. But once you do it, you know, it's not intended to be a replayable experience. It's a story event, right? That's what expansions and new maps and missions are. So again, that's fun for the first little bit, but it's not intended to be replayable content. And so when Warlords came out, everybody was like, well, where's the game modes? Where's all this stuff? They can't do it all at once. At least a team of 100 people can. So yes, we're getting a DLC, and that's going to be really awesome. But it's still the question of content versus replayability. And again, I think that's what they're trying to do with Seasons 2.0, is with what they have available, try to make the game as refreshing and engaging and variable as it can be, you know, like I said, with the resources they have. Destiny does it? Yeah, but Destiny has like 7 or 8 times the team size that Division 2 does. Division 2's only got 100 people on it. So that's part of the problem. So with the World Tour removed, does that mean that creating a new character for Resource Glitch won't work anymore? It should work exactly the same. Everything with Warlords should be exactly the same. The only change that they made is that Warlords is not required for you to access the rest of the endgame. If you want to stay in DC and level, you can, but Warlords should act exactly the same. I don't know that for certain. I have not gone and tried that myself as of this morning, but there was no indication that that would be the case. Henrik, thank you so much for the dono. I think the main problem is that each season is so far apart from another. A lot of people finish the season part and don't play till the next. Certainly. And again, I do think that's part of what Seasons 2.0 is trying to address by making Manhunt content weekly. If that extends, you know, 10, 12, 14 weeks of weekly stuff to do, then that gives people a lot more reason to play compared to now. So we'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for the donation and the support, though. Very much appreciate that. Postman, have a good one, dude. Morton said, I would argue that Woney was not designed to be a live game. The team in control now has other ideas to a DLC than the original team had. Very true, then. Then, you know, I certainly hope that I'm proved wrong there on the longevity of it. Yeah. I'm, of course, very excited for Brooklyn. That was not the intention of what I was saying there. I just think it's something interesting to think about. 100 is being generous. That was actually a figure... Oh, I'm dead. Oh my goodness. 100 was a figure given by Palle Hofstein just the other day. He said the team has around 100 people on it. So that should be a pretty accurate estimation of what the team size currently is. And that's across Massive in Bucharest and Shanghai, to my knowledge. FBI with the dono as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Definitely consider watching a bit, see what's going on in Division 2, and you've been helpful. I'm very happy to hear that, man, and thank you so much for... I keep walking into these terrible situations. Thank you so much for supporting what I do. I appreciate that very much. I got no kits left, so I can't be too crazy here. Oh.
Target neutralized.
Bridge. Is he talking about Bridge and Douglas? I would assume so.
Another one down. Good job, Agent.
Morton said Seasons 2.0 is a lot of details not yet shared to my knowledge. Might have changed, though. I'm off. Have fun and speak soon, Rogue. For sure, Morton. Thank you for tuning in, man. Good to see you as always. Have a great rest of your week. So there we go. That was the first target. He's talking about Bridge. I wonder if I should have listened to some of these comms while I was going through. So let's do that now. There we go. Oh, I got a lot. Okay.
Looks like Daddy Dearest is moving up in the world.
Sure, if you consider being a range master in the White House basement a move up instead of lateral or down.
It should be more secure.
Sure.
More prestigious, at least.
Or it makes him look like a traitor and the leader of a military coup.
That Nat spin?
Not yet, but soon enough. Foreign weapons manufacturer backs cell of rogue agents who have taken the White House.
They're not rogue.
Not according to Isaac, but it's just a matter of time before she turns all of this to her advantage.
You really think she can pull it off?
She already has. If Claire hadn't tied her tech to the Shade Network, she would have sacked the White House, eliminated all the agents, and installed her puppet as the president.
Whoa.
But Ellis went missing, and she crippled her tech, so plans change.
Whoa. Okay. That was a large little lore dump in that first comm. Did we just get an explanation as for why Nat hasn't moved forward with the president stuff? Jazz, they've not answered the question of if it'll be paid or free. Their only comment on it was no comment when they were asked about it, so we don't know. I imagine it will be, but again, we don't know. Does the resource glitch still work after the World 2 being removed now? Coco, it should. I have not tried it myself, but I see no reason why it wouldn't. Woney still works exactly the same, and character boost do as well. I kind of...
Looks like Daddy Dearest is moving up in the world.
Sure, if you consider being a range master in the White House basement a move up instead of lateral or down.
It should be more secure.
Sure.
More prestigious, at least.
Or it makes him look like...
That was kind of wild. Talk about... Okay.
Well, he's not dead.
That's a shame.
Beyond all reasonable odds, he survived the crash and was with the hyenas. Nat stashed him with the council until she could get the warhounds back online.
Proxy wars and supplying local resistance to weaken your enemies. She really is pulling from all the playbooks.
Well, she is her father's daughter.
More of an ice queen than a honeypot, though.
To you, maybe.
Where's Ellis now?
At the White House.
They don't know he's working with Nat?
No, they don't. And there's really no way to tell them without getting on someone's radar that we really don't want to be on.
Okay, so these are all from like back in early Division 2 days. Oh, someone says really low. I can turn it up here. We'll play the rest of these. These are kind of wild.
Well, we have him.
Who?
Chicken Hawk.
Am I supposed to know who Chicken Hawk is?
Yeah, sorry. POTUS, Ellis, Black Tusk have him in custody.
Did you take the White House?
Not yet, but it's a matter of time.
We're not ready.
I know.
You have to stall them.
If you've got any bright ideas,
Where are they holding him?
Camp White Oak.
Okay, Luna still has access to their database and comms. Luna can leak his location and buy us some time. The network's almost ready. We just need a couple more weeks.
Interesting. So this is, again, this is like back months ago in the game. The network's ready in a couple of weeks.
Well done, Agent. You've passed.
Oh,
the
we already
first-
listened to that. Oh, and then we have these. No, you're asking yourself, would a friend put you through this? This is the world we live in, Echo. There's cycles of violence we go through, and there's no way out.
Welcome
I've already
home.
listened to that.
Your dad is in
Oh, we missed this
DC,
one.
right?
Yep, joined one of the civilian settlements.
You don't want to make him more comfortable in one of Nat's apocalypse bunkers?
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Trouble in paradise?
More like eternal rivalry and hostile takeovers. My dad is a lot of things, but ready to bend the knee to Nat is not one of those things.
If you brought him in,
Honestly, I don't want to. I'm his daughter, but he doesn't know me. Not in any way that really matters.
you're daddy's perfect recruiting tool.
Yeah, I would rather be his daughter than the honeypot.
You are an excellent honeypot. Well, that gives me an idea.
I don't want to know.
It's nothing dangerous. Could be fun.
Yeah. That's how it starts and ends with a bunch of senators' fingers trying to get into the jar. But you do what you have to do to close the deal, right?
You really hate him, don't you?
I wish I did. He's still my dad. And it was either be the arm candy who sweetened the deal or be broke and homeless. So I smiled and was what everyone wanted me to be. The perfect daughter who didn't mind getting her cheeks pinched by dirty old men at max benefits. If it meant we got the contracts renewed.
Agent
Interesting. A
requesting
lot of lore in all those. Like, off the bat, first target, getting a lot of stuff. Cool. Well, that was then Echo. Right? Echo? Yeah. The Echo trial for the first thing. Not any, like, terribly different objectives than normal. I do like the fact that Anna's the one guiding us around. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm not... After seeing that, I don't expect there to be any, like, terribly different things going on here than normal for the season flow. But yeah, there's that. So let's see. Is the new gear set in the DZ today? What's up there? Right? Yeah, breaking point. What kind of... Oh, I've got a bunch of stuff to go through. Alright, so again, we got the new brand set. Magazine size, rifle damage, weapon handling. PDR in the Spaz 12. It's not a bad backpack, honestly. But for now, I'm just going to use that all for expertise because I don't need it at this moment. Oh, we got the new shotgun right there. We'll take a look at that. Born great. So yeah, the like glue comes with perfect brazen. In the PTS, it was 1% amplified damage on the next shot, but now it's 3. So they tripled the amount of damage. Killing an enemy will provide 8% amplified damage on the next shot. Oh, I don't think I even realized that part. We're definitely going to try this. I'm going to keep that, and we're going to try it with like a Hunter's Fury setup. I feel like that could be kind of good. Let's go and donate that. Yeah, let's set that up then. Oh yeah, no worries, Hermes. I think you'll like it. There was a lot of actually very interesting stuff in there. Not gonna lie. What's the first Rogue season pass about? We can go take a peek. I mean, it's your standard stuff, right? You get the new... I do like this, that they've changed it so that you get all Legacy Manhunt missions on rank 1. That's nice, just so it unlocks it at base for people. You get all the new gear. You get the new gear set. The new named items. There's a lot of universal weapon skins this time around. I'm more of a fan of the customized ones. I wish we saw some more of that, personally. But you have a lot of those on the premium track down there. You get a patch at 50. You get some gear dyes. They do have some of the customized ones. We have one for the double barrel, which that looks kind of cool, honestly. One for the F2000. That one looks pretty cool. Interested to see that. One for the MK47. One for the Super 90. Yeah, should be. Then you get the Acosta's knee pads at 85. You get the Overlord at 90. Again, the freaking appearance on that thing looks sick. I just don't think it's going to be used a ton outside of like maybe PvP and stuff. And then for the last 5 ranks on the premium, you get a whole outfit from Yongjia. I think that's how you say it. Yongjia from the books, which looks really cool. I want to get that fit. Can we get a quick build with the new items? That's what I want to try right now, Mark. I'm going to put together one with that shotgun, and then we're going to grind out the gear set to try something with that. Nocturnal, what's up? Your thoughts on seasonal characters? I mean, there's a lot, Scott. We've been talking about it all stream. I am going to make a dedicated video tomorrow going over the whole thing in more detail, since there's been so much debate on it. In general, like I said in my video, I do think that for the way I play the game, I think that some of the proposed changes could be fun, but they should have given us a lot more details yesterday to quell some of the fears and concerns and just general questions that people have had. I think that's undoubtable. But yeah. What up, Jason? We've just been talking about all the stuff coming with Year 6 that got announced yesterday. We've been checking out the new season here. We played the first target. So yeah. When did I up equipping this? I definitely don't want that. It says I have a new patch down here somewhere. Cool. So yeah. What's up with conflict? I don't know. What is up with conflict? So, let me pull out Hunter's Fury. I probably want... I'll do Memento, why not? With like perfect... Let's see, do I want perfect Intimidate, or do I just want the regular... Let's just do regular, yeah. Crit damage. Take that. The first Rogue Season Pass is for the current season. That is what the season is titled. If we go in right here. Year 6 Season 1 is first Rogue. Maybe you're thinking of the Year 1 Pass, which gives you some additional stuff that came out back when the game launched, but that's not tied to current seasonal things. Alright, we got the holster for Breaking Point here, so we just need 3 other pieces. I want the backpack, because that spikes your damage by a good bit. Alright, and then we'll run that. I want to put on the shotgun, which I do want to put this onto. Do they upscale the enemy difficulty AI, or do they all still feel the same in Heroic? There's been no changes this season to difficulty across the board. At least nothing intentional, I'll say, because you never know. But no, they weren't making any difficulty changes this time around. Well, let's run that snake skin. I guess I'll keep Gunner on. Oh, I'm dumb. Why would I run Sokolov when I'm not running an SMG? It's a very good question. Okay, maybe I do want the hunter killer then, because this doesn't give me intimidate. Well, or do I, if I'm going to run PvP? Sure, let's try that. I guess it'll be a good test of the talent if we're not spiking it with intimidate, right? So I need more crit chance. And then I can still swap this for that. Alright. About 50 chance. I'm sure I can perfect it over time. This is just a first test. Let's put this on. Loving the streams. Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much. Are the European servers up? I still can't join. Servers should be up worldwide. There's been no indication that they're not. But I don't know. Devin, I'm quite confident that they will not increase the level cap of the DLC. I don't know why they would. If the whole goal of this update is to bring everybody to the same endgame, then making there be a new purchase to create an endgame gap wouldn't make much sense. You know what I mean? When they've said their whole goal is to bring everybody to the same experience. So unless the DLC is free, that's the only way I could see them doing a level cap. But I think it will be paid, and I also don't think they'll do an increase since we have systems like expertise in the game and whatnot. But I could be wrong. I do not know that for certain. That's just my guess. Let's put shotguns on here. Okay, so we're going to try out the new talent, which is Perfect Brazen. Gives us a bunch of amplified damage. We've got all that stuff. So let's run. I want to do a control point quick because I want to jump in the DC to farm that gear set, but let's do this first. Or should I just do countdown? Let's just do countdown. Yeah, that's a better test. We'll set it to the new thing. Whoops. Breaking point. There. We'll do that.
Invite to another agent's group. Receive. You have joined a group. Hostile
What
broadcast
stats do you think you'll run with the new gear set? I mean, probably pretty much as close as we can get to maxed out crit chance and then all crit damage, right? Because it gives you extra. Oh no, it gives you weapon damage. That's the thing, is it doesn't actually. I wish that the 3-piece gave you crit damage, because if it's supposed to be mostly a rifle thing, then you don't normally spec into headshot, but I don't know. What does breaking point do? It's centered mainly. It's kind of like striker for rifles and marksmans. When you hit shots and reload, you then get weapon handling and weapon damage. Yeah, that's the basic gist. Viz, they did confirm that we're getting a new character slot with the seasonal stuff, so that's one way they're doing it, but they have not talked about stash space at all, so we don't know. Paulo, I'm just testing for the shotgun, so more of my builds use ARs and LMGs, so I don't want to forget and have those miss out, so we're just testing the one out. Shade level 8, I want to see what build he's running. So this guy knows what's up. He's got Striker on there. If you put Flatline on that, that'd be pretty good. Spotter. And I feel like, again, that's one of the things that'll be kind of fun with the seasonal characters, is that everybody you're playing with there will have builds that are not like min-max, that have some variety. At least maybe. There's the potential for that to happen. All right, come on, leader. Get it going. Yeah, so Zero, I'm going to try and put it together right now, at least a rough version, just to test it out, but that is the new thing. You have to buy a season pass to get extra stuff. The way the Division 2 has always handled its seasons is that the optional premium track has extra cosmetic stuff, as well as some loot caches, but there's no exclusive gameplay rewards to it. The new exotics are on the free track, and the only stuff that comes out of the loot crates are stuff you can farm anyway. So, there's no exclusive stuff behind there aside for cosmetics. Correct, TM. We'll have 5 character slots as of next season. Did they fix the backpack trophy issues from the Kelso Manhunt? I do not know. I don't know if running it now as a legacy version would give you those by base. I can't test it because I have it myself. So I'm not sure. Zigzag. They never made a post about it afterwards, which was unfortunate. It would have been nice if they followed up with that. But at least during last season, there wasn't any additional information.
We need to find a way to relieve the pressure and fix the reactor's cooling system.
Akai Knights, try going into the White House in the basement. That's where you start it. You have to interact with the laptop there and hear Keener's recording to then get the objectives. That's kind of, you're playing a hotter, colder game with Anna. So try going into the White House basement. Wait. Did they fix Countdown? That is the first time in a minute that I've not had all 8 players spawn in one location and had the timer not start till you reach the 100. Did they legit fix Countdown? That's kind of big. Clyde, regarding the project stuff, I'll say 90% sure that's a bug. I'm going to report it after the stream. But considering they just buffed those things with Project Resolve, I'm guessing that's a bug, that some of those are reduced. Am I the only one wondering why Keener's watch is an orange ring? Paradise, my guess is that we're obviously going to learn more about it, but I think it ties into the whole thing where, you know, we're accessing multiple systems now because of the backdoor thing that we've learned about. I think at least that's what it's tied to, but we'll see. Right, Razor? It didn't dawn on me until I was there, and I'm like, wait, this does not feel right because it hasn't been like that in a while. So that's kind of sick.
System reactivated. Serious trauma detected.
Okay, so this is on hit, right? On each shot, it hits target, right? So does that show up on the UI? Do I hit this guy? Let's just do turbine.
You're in. We need to locate the target.
I think UB Forward was the right place to have your 6 season 1. Yeah, I think a lot of people's reaction after yesterday is that it was just too much all at once with not enough time to really digest it, you know? So I agree. I hope that hopefully they can take a lesson from that and know that most people need some more information and time to digest things in the future. All right, so it's a little hard to track this since it doesn't show up on the UI except when I get a kill. But we're supposed to be getting a bunch of amplified damage per shot if I land all the pellets. Which, I mean, the damage at least seems solid. Dude, imagine... I just thought of this. Imagine running Countdown 2 on a seasonal character where not everybody is, like, maxed out. That could bring some of the intensity back to it. That could actually be kind of fun. I just thought about that. Okay, I don't need any of that.
Adjusting
At least we got to see
detected.
Monopoly. I mean, you know, I'm not going to hate on Ubisoft for that. It's their, you know, Division is not their only franchise as much as we love it.
High value.
I do still think they gave us like a decent amount of, all things considered, it was nice that we were in the pre-show and the post-show. But for our purposes specifically, we needed more time than what was given there. For sure. Almost 300 likes, is that true? I gotta go look. Thank you all. We still have over 400 people watching this whole time. I appreciate it greatly, people.
Secure.
Let me look. Yeah, 400 viewers with 300 likes. Thank you all for hanging out. We still got some more stuff we're gonna do here for Year 6 Season 1. Matt Kane with the 10 gifted! Thank you so much, Matt. Going to Scott and Scott. The two Scotts. Sidewinder, Hectech, Andy, Dan, Freezy, Bogdan in Texas, and Matthew. The 10 of you, I almost said 6 for some reason. The 10 of you, welcome to Rogue Studios. Be sure to drop Matt a thank you in the chat. You now have a cool badge next to your name. You got emotes to use in the chat. You can join up on Discord and link your YouTube account for access to that channel. Matt, thank you so much, as always, for the generosity, dude. You continue to be incredibly nice and supportive of what I do. I appreciate it. Oop, I pressed that like it was a firewall shield, when it in fact was not. So I don't know. I can't tell if I'm not liking the damage because this is a Super 90 and that's not a higher base damage version. It would be interesting to try it with the Spaz 12 version. I'm also not using Intimidate, which obviously is kind of a staple on a lot of these builds. So maybe there'll be some tweaking needed. Gotta go get the server, peeps. I think they're doing it. Considering the age of the game, what they did for us at the premiere of the event is still pretty awesome. May not have been the correct place, but still great for your 6-year-old game, for sure. Especially the post show. Like, it was Outlaws and Shadows, which are their two biggest releases of the year, and then Division 2. Like, that was nice. I think the cherry on top would have been if we got a teaser for Brooklyn. Would have been very nice if we got that. We didn't, but that means we got that to look forward to in the coming months, for sure.
Incoming. High risk hostile.
How long before Div 3 drops? Fall 25 later? I think much, much later, unfortunately, Ian. Major work is not going to begin on it until Star Wars Outlaws releases from Massive. That's the game that the team that's going to make Div 3 is currently working on. So that comes out in August, and that's supposedly when main development is going to begin. My personal prediction is March of 2028. I think that is when we'll see Division 3.
You can head over to the cooling tower.
I could be wrong. Hopefully I am. Hopefully they get it out sooner, but I also don't want them to rush things. So I hope they take their time, and I think that it's going to be quite a while. Jeff, newbie here, love your content. Thank you. Just passed level 30 a couple days ago. Your channel helps out a lot. Very informative. Thank you so much, man. I'm very glad that the videos are able to help out. I'm glad you're enjoying. Certainly, when you hit level 40, you got a lot of stuff to dive into. So I hope you enjoy the end game and continue having fun. What's up, Rich? I have one main character. The other 3 characters are mules, which are stuck in New York. Do I get rid of, or are they going to change?
I need you to fix that cooling tower.
Can you clarify exactly what you mean, Rich? Do I get... I'm not sure what you mean. Do I get rid of, or are they going to change? Do you mean with this season? Do you mean with seasonal characters next season? What exactly are you asking about? You notice that you can no longer inspect builds? I did not, but let me take a look at that.
I'm gonna need you to find a way to release some pressure.
So yeah, I think I want to try this talent on not a Super 90. Is kind of my conclusion. I think the Super 90 is fine, but it doesn't have a ton of base damage. This would actually be pretty sick on a ACS 12. Probably. I mean, that's what we tried in the PTS, but with the buff, I mean. Oh, I missed that shot. Did they take away 2 XP? Alfred, it's always for the first 15 levels. So if I look right here, I still have, what, 3 million more XP to go on it for those last few levels. It's the first 15 levels anytime there's a new target is when there's double XP. How do you start the Manhunt mission brief? You're going to want to go to the basement of the White House. That's where you'll interact with the laptop and get your first objectives.
Oh, that worked-ish. Now that the pressure is stabilized, we need to shut off that steam.
Cool Breeze, what up? Enjoying your videos. It's what got me back into Div 2 last year after a few years away. Thank you so much, UK. That always is very cool for me to hear. Glad you're back. Hope you're having fun. Right, the build inspect. I'm able to inspect here at least. Oh, that one didn't work. The other one did. It looks like it's maybe on... No, I'm able to see his. He's using an all new gear. So I don't know. Maybe there's something that's blocking it on some characters. It seems like it's half working, half not. What up, Malworth? How's the new content? We played through the Manhunt stuff. I very much enjoy that Anna's our guy. That's pretty cool. Otherwise, it's mostly similar objectives. But we're trying to get some of the new gear to try out right now. So, yep. Gotcha, Rich. No characters you have right now will have anything changed about them. If you want to make a seasonal character, that's an entirely new thing. And they are giving us a 5th character slot to do that. So you don't have to delete anyone that you currently have. So the short answer is that nothing will change with those characters you're talking about. Seasonal is an entirely new thing that you'll create once that goes live next season. Who is Anna? Anna is the alternative AI to Isaac, who's like the one that we've gotten used to across the Division 1 and 2. She has a different voice, different personality and intelligence level and all that. And she's been coming more and more into the story recently. And so she's now like integrated into our watch to guide us through some of the objectives this season. Is this what we're on, this part? Go.
Vent the remaining steam, and you'll be good to go.
Incoming. High risk hostile.
Is this the Juggernaut build? No, let me unpin this one up here.
System stabilized.
No, we're trying out one of the new things. There's a new shotgun talent this season. That's what we have on right now with Hunter's Fury. Are seasons out yet? Well, seasons have always been a thing. The big thing with seasons coming this year is Seasons 2.0, where they're redefining the seasonal model. That's coming next season. But there is a new season out today that you can play called First Rogue. But it's still under the same structure that seasons have been under for a while.
Nice. The plant's secure. Now let's get you out of there. Move to the extraction point.
Question is, with seasonal characters, will you have to redo expertise? And that's one of the big questions, Razor. We didn't get any details there, so we will have to wait and see. I realize I should be taking this for expertise levels. What up, Nikos? Have they started seasonal characters? No, that is not coming until Year 6 Season 2, which is in approximately 4 months. So, still got a ways to go till that gets here. A ways to go and a lot more information to learn on it. That was a lot of the takeaway from yesterday, is that we need more details on how it's all going to work. one of the hunters got pushed all the way back here. This is super sick, though, that Countdown is functioning normally again. I know it's a huge hurdle, but it's nice to actually have the different spawn locations and extraction points again. Ow.
Vital signs critical.
Shoot him! Thank you. I
Agent
was trying to reload.
investigated.
Yeah, no problem, Rich. And like I was just saying, that's part of the problem. People have so many questions after yesterday's announcement that they probably should have dedicated a more direct presentation to that whole thing, because there's a lot of confusion right now. So I will do my best over the coming, days and weeks here to clear things up as much as possible, but we're also going to have to wait to get more information on a lot of things.
System back online.
Alright, I think we will easily be able to make a breaking point build with all the gear we got from this, so that's good.
We see you. Helo inbound on your location.
Finally cut a live video of RogueGold. Nice. Welcome in, James. Happy to have you here. Also, what's up, Kenyatta? How you doing? I feel like the power plant should have an outskirts section for us to help settlement rebuild.
Torres is in position.
Anything they want to do like that, I would always be a fan of. You got no complaints from me. I don't really care to wait for the helicopter. Let's go. Would have been real nice to get another map for this game mode, yeah. And I made a video a while back on how I kind of hope they have some kind of experience like this in the Division 3. I think it's been very entertaining.
Entering.
Right, I was going to go and unlink this from the chat because we're no longer using that build. Let's do that. I appreciate everybody who's still here watching. We're about to test out the new gear set. See how that goes.
Agent in need of backup.
Let's open this up. So we got the new named one I just saw. Here, let's take off some of this stuff so we can actually see the gear. Put just a normal, something normal on so we can see all this. So that's the new mask look. That's kind of cool. What has the highest weapon image? This one. So let's get rid of those because we'll just use that. That's the chest piece look. It's got a JTF logo on it. Crit chance. This is the new name chest piece. Comes with perfect entrench, which I am not going to use, so I'm just going to mark that. Let's keep the one that has 13% then. Mr. Buzz Lightbeer in the chat again. Good to see you again, man. Already ranked 40? No, I'm not. No, I'm 12. You surprised me. I was like, am I ranked 40? Oh, unless you mean seasonal characters, because that's still, well, I think that's not until till October. That's the next update. Oh, we got almost maxed out damage on that. That's nice. Keep that one. Oh, we got, ooh, look at that thing. Look at that thing. I probably don't need to keep any others then. That's pretty perfect. Let's donate all that and get to crafting. So I do want to use the backpack because this is what gives us the huge damage boost. It gives us 6% per shot. So we're definitely going to use that. I'm trying to think. I probably want to use coyotes. That's just a pretty standard crit exotic. And then probably foxes. Like, that seems hard to beat. Yes, I know. Just seeing if I could get Rogue off his game. Honestly, you did for a second. I was like, wait. What do you mean? It's been a crazy past 24 hours for sure, so with all the discussion. What's your take on some of the stuff, Buzz? I know we talked about it a bit before. Okay, increases on point from 10 to 15. So let me actually fully read this so I know what's going on. Okay, hitting a shot with an MMR or a rifle grants a stack. Max stack is equal to the magazine size, right. Reloading will grant 2% weapon handling and 4% weapon damage per stack for 10 seconds. No. Right, it's only when you reload. No stacks are required while the bonuses are active. The timer will refill. The timer running out will refill your magazine. Switching weapons while the bonuses are active will stop the effect. Refill. Okay. So that's nice about it refilling the mag when the timer runs out, because that means if you're spamming, it can then refill and you can start building them up right away again. So let's just run this because that'll give us more of a window to use it in the 15 seconds. So we'll do those two. I do definitely want to use this with the Ravenous, which I need to pull out. I think that has a good chance of being kind of good. But we can try with other stuff as well. Or the Diamondback, because the Diamondback got that big buff. This is true. Well, I shouldn't say a big buff, but it got a nice little buff. We'll try both. We'll pull those both out. We'll do the Ravenous first, because it's equal to the mag size. So in theory, I'm going to get way more benefit out of using this because, I mean, if the mag is 60 and I get 6% off of the backpack, what is that? 360% damage? Am I off on that? Let's see. 60 times 6. Yeah, 360. So that could be good. Like, that could definitely be good. We need way more crit chance, so let's roll some of that on. That one we'll leave. This one we will roll. This one will roll. It could also be good with like an SVD or certain marksmans that are catered towards headshot damage, since you get the 30% from the 3-piece. Again, I wish that was crit chance. That's like my one thing with the gear set. I wish it was more rifle focused in that sense. But at least it works with rifles. That's better than we had before. Alright, now if I do 2 crit chance mods and 1 crit damage. Oh wait, what do I already have on here? Okay, 2 crit chance mods, then no crit damage. Then which spec do I want to use? I feel like Survivalist is not that useful for this because I get extra stability and headshot, which is nice. But again, am I really going for headshots with the Ravenous? On this, I would just get protection from elites. This doesn't really help. Gunner would be nice for the kills. But it just seems weird to use Gunner with a rifle. Doesn't have to, though. I could do that. Alright, it's between Sharpshooter and Gunner. What do you guys think I should use with this? Sekam, you're very pleasant to listen. Thank you. I restarted as hardcore, and boy, do I feel the thrill. Yeah, and look, hopefully, that's kind of the same feeling we'll get with the seasonal characters. You know, with a difficulty reset, with a curated experience and campaign thing, like, there's a chance that it's fun. So we'll see. Buzz said, thoughts? It's a huge leap for Division players to make a switch to seasonal characters a la Diablo. Yeah, haven't seen it in action, but I can understand their frustrations. That's what we were talking about earlier. I think had they done a presentation where they could show us more, where they could give us all of the details, there's a chance things would have gone over a lot better if people see the full scope of what's happening. But you're right. At face value, it is a huge change, for sure. We spent hundreds of thousands of hours grinding out perfect builds, and now for most of the season, they won't be viable. Jarring to say the least. I'm not opposed, just wary. Yeah. I do like, and they clarified on Twitter this morning, that the master content is mostly tailored towards your main character, and that you unlock it with the seasonal and then switch to main to do master. I think that's a good flow, because that gives you a reason to still invest in all those progression systems. So yeah. All right, the majority are saying Sharpshooter, so let's try it. I feel like I might switch to Gunner later, but we'll give this a roll. Let me switch this back before I forget. We'll keep that, and we'll run, I guess, just maybe a decoy. Not everyone is down for the hardcore character reset every season. They like their builds. I like their character starting over. Is not for everyone. Yeah. It was going to be controversial no matter what. Ghost Mop, you should be able to find him in the, if it doesn't grant it to you, then in one of these two tabs here, either in grants or special deliveries, or potentially just deliveries. But one of those tabs on the stash on the very right side should be where it's at. Is that the new gear? Yes, Nothing But Gamer. This is the new gear set that we're rocking right now. The Breaking Point that we're going to try out. So this is the setup that we'll go with for now. Let's roll. Let's roll the fit like this. It's kind of a cool holster. I'll keep that. Let's just keep the looks, I guess. Why not? Also, I don't want to get my hopes up. Did they fix the I don't know how to test it. Have they fixed the thing with the backpacks where it was changing the appearance? I guess I'll find out eventually. But if they did, that would be a godsend. I was really hoping they would change that for a long time. Okay, so let's just do it. Let's go try a control point. See how it feels. Are the seasonal characters only for the hardcore? No, you should be able to do a seasonal character on just normal difficulty. It won't force you to play hardcore. Why not use one piece in the new brand set for the extra mag size? That would increase the total cap. My thought is that even with 15 seconds from the chest piece, I doubt I will consistently be able to max out those stacks. So, or fully utilize the mag size, I should say. So my thought is might as well boost up the actual power of each shot with foxes and coyotes. So yeah. That's my thought. Digging the JTF logo on the brand side. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I like the backpack's kind of like... I usually don't like most new backpacks. I'm not against this. The straps are cool. I like how it's a little bit more flat. I'm with it. Viz, this is the... Oh, the backpack bug. I thought you were asking what the backpack is. There's a bug that's been around with the backpacks for a while where it'll change your appearance. Like, it'll try and copy a different one that you have saved in your inventory. It's kind of annoying. There's a way to work around it, but it's just obstructive to the immersion. Have they fixed the magazine issue? Looks like not, unfortunately. If I just tested it correctly there, which I think I did.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
Alright, so my stacks are maxed out, but it won't activate until I reload. So I kind of want to get up here and reload when they jump down if I can. Are they jumping down yet? There they are. Reload. Now we get the full damage and the weapon handling. Which, I'm not even going to get the boss yet, so that's probably not the best test. But then it reloads, which is nice. I don't have to reload myself. Oh, they were behind me too, huh? Damn you, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, that was tough. The damage is definitely there. I think I probably need to adjust my playstyle because I'm playing it like it would on a AR build. Let me go back over there. Some user input required to make a rifle build work better than someone who usually runs that. I know that I was surprised by that, Paulo, that it was all reds. I was thinking there'd be a purple in there somewhere. Okay, let's rock it again. I won't get so close. That's just the rusher mindset in me. Damage-wise, I just have to get one stack and they're dead, which is nice. I guess it's better to start from the left, right? Because then I'm swapping at the blue. And that gives me the damage to armor. And more survivability when I'm running all red. Are they out? Oh, hello.
Serious trauma detected.
Alright, now we got the stacks. I'm just going to shoot with this because that's going to give me more bonus armor when I kill them.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
So with the Ravenous, I feel like it's almost more worthwhile to do the blue because I get the amplified damage. Like, that's not bad. That's some damage in there. Oh shoot, I just started the buff. I didn't even think about it.
Detecting additional hostile contact. Civilians in danger.
Alright, I'm almost at full stacks.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
I'm gonna reload. We got the damage going. Oh.
Serious trauma detected.
I assume the rest are climbing down, maybe. Probably. Potentially. There's one. I'm just gonna pop this now.
Heavily armored hostile.
Get some of the damage. Oh, hit the... No, I was trying to get the explosion.
Medical assistance needed.
Oh, it's so awkward. Tough.
Agent incapacitated.
So I think the damage is there. I just need to get used to the flow of using a rifle and not an AR. And I want to try with something like the Diamondback instead, for sure. Because there is, like, it's a little bit of a micromanagey gear set, and the Ravenous already has a lot of micromanagement to it with the shoulder swap. So there's kind of a lot of, well, it sounds dumb. There's kind of a lot of brain power involved with that setup to make sure you're fully utilizing everything.
Access unlocked.
Not sure if this is asked, but can you use the Acosta's knee pads with Lady to get double movement speed? At least on the PTS, and I think for the final version as well, it clarified in the talent description that you cannot stack it with other movement affecting things. So my inclination would be no, unfortunately. The reason is that, you know, this goes back to Division 1. They tried movement stuff, and if they make you too fast, then the world can't render fast enough, specifically on the older consoles. So it ends up breaking the game if they let you move too fast for too long.
Detected.
Unfortunately. I wish that wasn't the case, because it'd be really fun to have more movement buffs.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Like I said, I feel the damage potentially for sure. What build am I using? This is the new gear set, Logan. I can show it right after I clear this. The most basic way I can explain it is Striker for rifles. That's essentially what it's trying to do. So this is the gear set. You get 25% marksman and MMR damage on the 2-piece, 30% headshot, 15 weapon handling on the 3. And then every hit you get with a rifle or an MMR builds a stack. Then when you reload, they activate, you get a bunch of extra damage. Normally it's 4%. I'm using the backpack, so I get 6% per stack. And so on, the stacks match your magazine size. I'm going to save that because that's higher damage. So with something like the Ravenous here, I can get theoretically up to 360% damage with that. Can I show the directives this season? Yeah, I haven't looked yet. Ammo hoarders, cool skill. Oh, Ragers is in the open world. That's a plus. Ragers to me is just like free XP because I think it's so easy to deal with. So that's kind of cool. So yeah. Whoops. Ammo hoarders, cool skills, fog of war, fragile armor, and ragers. Dude, fog of war and ragers, I'm gonna run that so often.
Civilians in distress.
Is the Ravenous in the general loophole? It is not. It is tied to the Iron Horse raid or the Dark Zone. Those are the only places you can get it. Oh, we already got the loot. I don't know what I'm doing. Cool. Okay, let's try it with the Diamondback now. So the Diamondback... Oh, I need to re-roll this and get damage to targets. All right, we'll go do that. The Diamondback is... Idea, run this with Spotter and the Technician drone for constant spotting. Yeah, I tried that on the PTS. I probably will at some point. I don't love that gameplay flow. I don't love managing the drone. But you're right, it would be good damage. Anna's telling me hot, cold, and wrong. Andrew, if you go to the... I'll just do it right now if anyone's watching to fully show you. You got to go to the basement and interact with the laptop there. Matt Kane with the $10. Got to jump off. Have fun, everyone. Thanks, RG. Matt, thank you, dude. As always, you are incredibly kind, incredibly generous to supporting what I do. I appreciate that sincerely, man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Have a great rest of your week. Andrew and anybody else trying to start the mana, you come down here in the White House, and she'll say red hot when you reach this laptop, and then you interact with that, and you can start the objectives. Chris, thank you, man. Have a great rest of your week as well. Appreciate you being here. Try with an 1886. That is the model that the Diamondback is based off of, so we're about to see that in action. Let me re-roll that because I never gave it damage targets out of cover. So let's do that. They also, you can see, they were saying they removed the gear score requirement from reconfiguration since that's no longer in the game with the changes, so little detail there. Are the manhunts fun? This time around, it's mostly the same as past seasons. I think before we see manhunts get any real change is going to be next season when they do seasons 2.0. Yeah, it's more or less similar objectives to what we've seen before. Diamondback is not good for the set. Yeah, I definitely won't get nearly as many stacks, but I just kind of, because they buffed the Diamondback, I just kind of want to see how that pairs with it. I do think the one thing that'll be really nice with it is the reload, the instant reload, because that's normally one of its biggest drawbacks, is it takes so long to load in all the shells or whatever you call them. So I want to see how that works. I have a ton of extra exotics. Should I deconstruct them? If you're not going to use them straight hand, then yes. Every exotic you deconstruct gives you an exotic component. And if you look on the right side of the screen right here, you need one component for every reconfigure that you do, which ends up being a pretty important thing. So yeah, as many exotic components as you can save up, that'll help you out for sure. Piotr, what's up, man? Good to see you. What's the deal with level 30s now? Anyone know? I'd rather keep a level 30 for component runs in the DZ. That will no longer be possible, Beach. I mean, you can still play it at level 30, but anything you do is going to contribute to your XP leveling up towards 40. So the level 30 endgame is essentially gone. That has been removed. Is it true that we will get a New York like DLC next year? Yes, they're doing a new story DLC in Brooklyn, New York in early 2025. We'll have new open world zones, new main missions. Oops, just smacked my desk. All that good stuff. How does this new season work? I don't want to lose my gear. How do I start? This season is just the same as last one, Sheriff. If you're referring to seasons 2.0 and the seasonal characters, that's not coming until next season in like 4 months. But when that happens, you're not going to lose anything. They're giving us a new character slot, so you can try that whole experience out with a fresh character. You don't lose any of your progress or anything like that. But again, that's not coming for another 4 months. Well, we got maxed out detox, so that's nice. Let's go give this a roll. I think I want to do... Let's try the No Hope Hotel down here. I also kind of want to run a different trophy, because that's totally what matters right now, is the aesthetics. I do like this backpack, though, I'm not going to lie. And I usually am not a fan of backpack looks. Let's grab that just cuz. I assume Danny is not here until tomorrow. Yeah. I think a lot of people expected it this season because I see a lot of people asking about that. Yeah, that was definitely one of the blunders of the announcement yesterday, I think, was the communication on what's coming when. Because a lot of people thought that was coming today. A lot of people don't fully understand the changes, so they could have done a lot better with the communication, in my opinion. Ooh.
Vital signs critical.
Alright, so we got reloaded there. Wow. Okay. I should probably get up and into cover. Alright, this is bad. I realize I shouldn't probably be running the Diamondback. Or, I mean, the chest piece with the Diamondback, because it gives... It extends the duration, which I don't need for the 8 bullets. That'd probably be better with the drone that Hermes was talking about. Let me switch to a different... This... People are right, this does not pair very well. Let me run... The Dread would be interesting, because of how its thing works. We tried it on the PTS too. Oh, we could do it with the Vindicator. Let me try that. I actually didn't think about that. Because it's got a 25 mag, which isn't terrible. Let's give that a whirl. So they're going to let people level up to 40, then release new DLC in New York and force people to buy Woney. Woney is no longer a mandatory purchase. That was like the whole point of today's update. Or not the whole point, but one of the big features was one endgame where Warlords is no longer mandatory. They have not said one way or the other how Brooklyn is going to work, whether it's paid or free, whether it's mandatory, whether it's not. I believe that the changes they're making today indicate that it will not be mandatory to increase your level and things like that. I think it's going to be a mainly story experience, but we'll find out for sure once we get new details on that. Nunya, so no news on Resurgence? Correct. We didn't get any yesterday, which did surprise me. I thought they would. They kind of hinted that they would in the investors report a while back, but we did not. Missed the news. What they give us with this first Rogue season about the story new missions. First Rogue is the latest season centering around Aaron Keener. There's not like new story missions. It's the same Manhunt flow as we're used to. But that'll extend, obviously, throughout the duration of the season, as usual, lead up to a climax mission. I'm just not... This is not the right spot for me to be at. Also, that turret can see me from right there. Jeez, dude. Those turrets are brutal. Alright, hang on. Maybe this is not the right control point to pick. Alright, so we reloaded. Now we have the extra damage and weapon handling. Alright, we got the instant reload there. I'm a little nervous to push out because I have no kits. Damage there is solid. You can definitely build up the stacks a lot quicker with something like this compared to the Ravenous. So you have a higher uptime on the 4-piece.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Wow, I hit like none of those while he was moving. feel like I'm only getting about half the stacks per mag. I guess I'm just not being very accurate. Does the nuclear set make rifles viable? That's kind of what we're testing out right now. Just trying it out with a few different ones, seeing how it goes.
Civilians in danger.
For an Apple Store that's been delayed till December. The thing with those App Store dates, Firefox, is that they're just set for the very last possible date for the window. So December 31st is obviously the last day of 2024. So they were saying before that that's actually not indicative of their planned release date. I do think it's odd that they wouldn't have announced a release date yesterday at Forward. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what comes of that. But yeah, I don't think that December date is not actually indicative of a planned release date. Okay, there we got more of those to hit.
That's a good spot for a target.
We're gonna take them by
Engaging target.
Or more of them climbing out.
Civilians in distress. Serious trauma detected. Hostage health is
I
critical.
can't do a cover to cover. There we go. I think they're coming out of here. Maybe I misread that.
Taking too many risks.
Heavily armored.
There we go. We got the. Oh no, the buff just expired. Dang, I thought we just got it.
Civilians in danger.
They were all lining up for me. Thought we'll get it again right here. Jeez, I was trying to hit that explosive point. I was like, there's no way I'm getting out of that. How do you feel having your 6 season 1 named after you? So amazing, dude. No. I do think it's cool that we have a season with Rogue in the title for sure. But obviously that was not because of me. The Vindicator scope I can't say I'm in love with. I like ones that have more of an actual crosshair.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Oh, so just have no kids left. I want to try this with, I think next, like a high-end
Trauma detected.
rifle with boomerang. Alright, I think I'm just gonna die. I think we've tested this enough.
Agent down. Incoming backup request.
Why are people so upset with Seasons 2.0? Mainly because it's asking people to play a significant amount of each season with new characters instead of your existing ones.
0.
It's not fully invalidating main characters. They clarified today that the new master difficulty content is actually tailored for main characters. You unlock those with the seasonal, but I think a lot of people don't enjoy the idea of having that kind of rolling progression and reset happen. I personally think it invites new levels of difficulty balancing and challenge and just variety to the gameplay. that I personally have been hoping to see from the game for a long time, so I think there's potential, but a lot of people obviously do not feel the same way. But you know, there's when we finally see it in action, that'll be, I think, when people can truly judge how it's going to be. Help me out, guys. What are some of the better high-end rifles? Like, are the Laveau and the M4 actually good? Or should I rock with like an MDR? I do have a pretty good MDR. I love this gun. I love the UIC's look, but it's like, I'm pretty sure stat-wise it's just not good. The problem with the Virginian is that it's very similar to the Diamondback in terms of like the... I'm trying to get one that has maybe like a higher fire rate and mag size to pair well with the talent. Why can't I progress after District Union? So Patrick, it should be a bounty. If you go into your bounties tab, you see them out on the map, you click right tab, and you click on Judiciary Square. You should have a yellow one here that you can activate. That'll let you keep going on the thing. I think let's just mess around with a few. I guess I don't have as many as I thought I did. I know the MDR is solid, so I'll try that. What did I roll on here, though? Oh, shoot, I can't roll. That sucks. Dang, why did I roll the talent on all these? I'd try the UIC. I think it's still bad, but I'll try it. Let me grab, we'll just for fun throw on the Merciless for the secondary as well. Thought the U1 had one of the best overall DPSs. After Project Resolve, it's possible. I haven't used it since then, because I know they gave it a big buff. Before Project Resolve, it was really bad. But maybe it's better now. Let's see. What? I don't even have... Alright. We got some problems. I don't even have Boomerang saved on the live game. Let's go to Rifles. And which one would we want to potentially get a good copy of? Someone was saying the M1A. I think this thing might be good too. Oh, it's only got a 20 mag though. How much does this one have? It's got 30, which I could also extend to 40. We probably will do that. Personal fan of the 6716. Cellcom M1A is good. I'll try an M1A. Why not?
Can't be that hard.
I have no idea which are good and which aren't, so let's just do it. I just need to get Boomerang to put in the library. Do you have any trouble receiving the max from Twitch? Honestly, Leonardo, I didn't even try to get them while I was live. I could have pulled it up on my phone, but I didn't think they weren't particularly suited for my style. I wasn't going to wear them, so I did not try. The Whisper might be okay with this setup. M116 comeback. Honestly, I mean, low-key, a burst rifle might not be awful with this. with this set. So I'll try and craft one, why not? Or did I have one in the stash? Let me go look. I thought I might have saved one for like meme purposes, but maybe not. I guess not. Let me make sure it's not hiding any other rifles down here, because it'll do that sometimes. Okay, no. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Clyde. And no problem, you know, that's the whole point, is to discuss things, share our different thoughts. I would love to, I'm going to release, there's Boomerang. I'm going to release a video on the whole topic tomorrow. I would love for you to tune into that if you're able to, and leave some of your thoughts in the comments.
Oh, hello.
As with the rest of you, you know? That's what it's all about, is getting everybody's collective opinion on things. All right, let's go to here. But have a good rest of your day and week, man. Sweet, so we got that. I'll save one of, I think we got one version that was good of this, right? Yeah, I'll save this one in case we want to try that. But let's then put boomerang on here. What are we looking at for stats? I just need one thing, a crit chance then, really. Yeah, I think this gun looks sick. It's too bad that it really doesn't have much usage. We still have sharpshooter on. Yeah, that'll be nice for the stability, actually. So now with this, boomerang should give us a good spike in damage, and I guess we'll just see how that goes. Let's try. I was thinking maybe the sinkhole could be fun with rifles. Let's try it out. Exotic gear recal. Oh, I forgot that was a question. I bet if it is in this update, it's probably just on the new one. But we can check that out really quickly. Because that's how they did it with weapons. They first tried it on just new items. And then like 2-3 updates later is when they expanded it to every other one with Project Resolve. So if it is present on the new knee pads, then I bet that it will not be there for everything else yet. But let's take a look. What do I want to re-roll? I'll try my Sawyers because I don't want either of those things on there anyway. I optimized it though. Why did I optimize this? I don't know when I did that. I'm gonna go here. Alright, so explosive resistant health. It does still say on the attributes, so let's take a look actually. If we go to weapons. So it does specify for weapons, you can see on the attributes there, it says random bonus. But if you go to these, it says they're all fixed. So I'm guessing there will not be a change, but let's try it. Yeah, nothing. Killnerve, have a great one, man. Thank you so much for becoming a member and supporting. I appreciate that. Hope to see you around soon. Do you ever have to buy guns? Everything I checked the store, I already have all the guns from playing. I saved a lot of money. I guess what do you mean by have to buy guns? Like by choice am I buying them? Or like do you mean do you need to buy them for projects or best rifle yet? So far the winner is the Ravenous from what we've tested. That actually worked pretty well and had really good damage. We're going to see right now how this UIC 15 with boomerang does. I do have the Ruthless equipped if we want to try that as well. The double XP should be global, but it's only for the first 15 levels, so I have 1 level left to take advantage of it, and then I'm back to the normal progression. But during those first 15 levels, it's global. Again, why am I getting up in their faces? I don't know. I'm crazy. Yeah, it's just the fire rate on this thing is so slow. But honestly, Oh, hello. We haven't even activated the talent yet. Well, let's do it now. $2.5 million crit headshot. Oops.
Reinforcements.
Peter, I've got the Merciless equipped. We definitely will try that as well, yeah. We did try it in PTS, but again, that was before they buffed the damage, so... Where are all you going up there? So I don't know, I'd say I'm whelmed by this one. It's just the gun doesn't handle that well, unfortunately. Even though it looks... It's like one of the, in my opinion, one of the coolest looking guns in the game. Oh, you think you're sneaking up behind me?
Reinforcements in place.
It's like once you line the shots up, damage is great. But the handling is just very slow.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Oh, I keep getting a bullet back from Boomerang. That's funny. Alright, we activated the buff. I'm stuck on the cover there. So, you know, not awful,
Immediate medical
but I wouldn't
assistance
say it's stand out.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Yeah, Nasus, that's what we tried first was the Ravenous, and I think that was definitely the highlight. It had some really good damage. It's just, it is a little, for my preference at least, it's a little bit of micromanaging to juggle the gear set stacks and the rifle and the Ravenous shoulder swap thing. But the damage potential was absolutely there. I should have waited till I was closer to activate it.
I can't see to shoot.
Are they respawning right here? Yep. Reload.
Serious trauma detected.
Taking too much fire.
That fire did not go well. Hey, what's up, Mav? How you doing?
Vital signs critical.
Jeez, he just... That's all I get for an all red build, I guess. I'm such a bad rifle user because my instinct is just always to get in their face and push. But it's alright, it's for testing. Alright, once we clear this, we'll try out the Ruthless for sure.
Serious trauma detected.
Get a flash off if I can. Ooh, that worked pretty well. I'm actually learning, chat. I kept my distance. I used my tools to benefit rifles. Is there still hope for me? Oh, don't mind that guy.
Signs critical.
Alright, I think the boss is the last one. I'll pop the buff. Yeah. I'm whelmed. What are the new exotics? We have new exotic knee pads called the Acosta's knee pads that are based around movement stuff, and then we have a new exotic shotgun that is also based around movement stuff. The latter of which, the shotgun, I think looks really, really cool. I don't know how functional it'll be, but the look is really sick. Alright, so we saw that. Let's now put on, this is the primary.
Access unlocked.
And we'll see how that goes. And to be fair, I am missing a lot of damage on here. I could optimize those stats. I don't have any expertise. So if the Ruthless even feels mildly good, then we'll know that it should feel even better once you get all those buffs on there. Let me think, what's a good rifle control point? Maybe this one? Some of them are so open, though, that I end up feeling like I get hit from directions. I could do this one, actually. Let's do Navy Plaza. Sleeping the Doctor home is all about healing, which doesn't mean it couldn't be good for, like, solo usage. But I question. Oh, hello. Open world boss. I can't take cover on that, apparently. Peek up, sir, please. Who is beaming me in the back?
Serious trauma detected.
Oh. Black Tusker Rusher. Yeah, Pedro Mav just shouted out. You go to the basement of the White House. Asked, do you play with fans or anything of the sort? Whenever it's convenient or I'm able to on stream, I definitely love doing that. Off of stream, I am never opposed to it. I just end up usually being quite busy with the channel and other things in my life, so I don't get a ton of time to play these days when it's not like specifically for making a certain video. But the short answer is yes, whenever possible. So on future streams and all that, yeah, whenever I'm doing farming or whatever, I try and get people in for sure. Well, can you switch to the TAC 50 once you get the buff? Does it go away if you switch weapons? What did they say about switching? Switching weapons while bonuses are active will stop the effect and refill your mag. So yeah, you do not keep it if you switch weapons. All right.
Reinforcements incoming.
I need to nail this guy.
Now we got the buff active.
Deploying a grenade.
We'll roll out of that.
That's right.
Flanked us.
Wow.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
And again, I'm way too close. Why do I do this to myself? No one will ever know. Yeah, you better roll out of there. Nope, don't come back.
Serious trauma detected.
So again, I think this is working fine. Still, the biggest win I've seen is with the Ravenous. That one actually seems to synergize pretty well with the bonuses. The problem... Oh, good lord.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
The problem is that like half of the bonuses on the thing are aimed towards marksmen's, half are based towards rifles, but then another half are based towards rifles of a certain archetype and another. So it's like it just doesn't seem to cater towards one one specific type of gun. Is the new season out? Yes, it is. You got to go to the basement of the White House to start your season objectives. There's a recording there that you'll find. Yo, what up, Trevs? How you doing? You cannot reroll exotic armor, no.
Incoming hostiles detected.
I believe it'll be active on the new exotic piece, but that likely won't come to the rest for a while. That was the same pattern that they did with exotic weapons.
Vital signs critical.
Again, I barely got any stacks on that one.
Immediate medical assistance needed. Heavily armored hostile detected. Vital signs critical.
We got a casualty.
Bam. So yeah, again, I still think the Ravenous is the one that comes out on top. By the way, the sound of the game is what sound late from the footage. Did it create a desync? Can anyone confirm if that's happening on their end as well? I checked for that before every stream because it used to be a thing, but I didn't think it would do it if I just fixed it at the start. If so, that's annoying. I'm probably not going to stay live too much longer anyway, so... Sound is desynced? That is super annoying. What the heck? I don't know why it does that. Alright, my bad for that then, everyone. I will try and frickin' figure it out. Yeah, so I think for the most part we've covered most of the stuff that I wanted to in here. We did the story stuff, tried all that. I'm trying to think if there's like one last setup that we want to test out before I hop out of here. By the way, what's up, Parabum? How you doing? Gabarai, hope I'm saying that right. It's my first time watching live. So far, really enjoying it. Thank you for the super informative videos. As of a month ago, I discovered the franchise. I'm in love with it. Well, I'm super happy to hear that, man. You're very welcome for the videos. Glad they've helped out. And yeah, happy you're having a good time. Glad to have you here. What do y'all think? What's like one last gun or combo I should try before we sign off? I guess I could try the Doctor Home. I don't know if that'll be any good, but no reason not to, right?
Stand your ground. How many of them are there?
I think finding that right sweet spot with the Ravenous is really going to be the high point here. Baker's dozen. Yeah, the Doctor Home only has a 15 mag. Did you try the M16? I did not. So, yeah, maybe we should do that. We did try the Vindicator earlier. That one's in the VOD if you want to check it out. When does the new Season 2.0 mechanic start? That is coming with Year 6 Season 2 in about 4 months. Right, Hermes is saying the SIG. Alright, I'll try the what's it called? The one with perfect rifleman. I'll try that, and I'll try the M16, and then we'll sign off. I gotta get rolling on some other stuff for today. Artist tool, there we go. You can increase the mag on this too, so that goes up to 40. Just got the first rogue weapon skin. It's pretty neat. I didn't realize there was a dedicated skin for it. Where rank is that at? Electric Eel, Alani, Crossroads, Whiteout. Wait, which one is that, Hermes? Oh, rank 17. I passed it then. Oh, I see. Cool. I don't like the 2.0 mechanic. I think they missed the mark big time on this one. Yeah, I mean, clearly a lot of people aren't satisfied with what we know so far. I think there's still a lot of details that they should have given yesterday that maybe would have changed perspectives. I don't know. Hopefully we get, they said they're going to do a big stream about it. It's a big change, undoubtedly. I think there's some, for the way I play the game, I'm excited for some aspects of it, but yeah, we'll see how it feels once it comes out. Always nice to watch the man that convinced me to go for PvP. Bye for now. I have to have lunch. Carlos, have a good one, man. Always love to hear the PvP influences. Wow, that is a large 10-round mag. I go for 20 as well. Let's do that. All right, we'll run these two quick and then call it. Pally did the skins at 25 and 50. He did them personally? Well, that's cool. You scoped Headhunter or Vigilance? I'll put it on the list right bed to try off stream. And take on it, use the Vindicator or the M1A. I didn't love the Vindicator when I tried it a minute ago, but I'll definitely need to do more extensive testing off stream.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
Again, I'm still shocked that I actually like the backpack look of this season. It's very uncommon for me. Jeez. I'm such a bad 6 red player too.
Serious trauma detected.
My view is that what's the point of putting together builds, optimizing, increasing expertise, powering up agents if we won't even be using them going forward? So that's one of the things that I think they definitely should have clarified more in the stream, because they said on Twitter this morning, Powerbomb, that the new master difficulty is actually tailored towards the main characters. You go through the Manhunt story on the seasonal ones and you unlock the climax there and you play through it, but then that unlocks master difficulty that they intend for you to play on the main characters with all of your power. So it's still, they're still a part of the flow. I just think the seasonal characters is a way for them to address balancing in some ways and create those new opportunities every season that the current system doesn't really allow them to do. But regardless, it is still obviously a very big change to how we've played the game so far. That actually didn't feel too bad right there. Hey, thank you very much, Peter. You as well, dude. Have a great one. Wait, M16 not feeling terrible?
Reinforcements en route.
Question mark? Okay, right there didn't feel great. Now we activate the buff.
Location recorded by hostiles. Heavily armored hostile detected. Vital signs critical.
Agents in trouble.
Peek out.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Yeah, that's fair, Powerbomb. That is the general sense of what will happen for sure. All right, once I jump down, I'm popping the buff. Okay, shockingly, the M16 is behind the Ravenous. That was the best feeling one I had used, I think.
Is that it? Thank God.
Desync is way worse. Alright, I'll sign off then. I don't know why it does that. I will have to look into it. I apologize for that happening. But yeah, that was about everything we were going to go through. I'll keep doing more testing, of course, as the days go on here. I'll do some build videos if we find some good stuff. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in to the Year 6 Season 1 stream. That was a lot of fun to go through the Manhunt section to check out the new stuff. As I said earlier, I am working on a video talking about the whole seasonal character debate. That should be out tomorrow. As usual, I implore people to engage in conversation instead of just, name calling, whether it be the developers, other people who have different opinions, whatever. The best chance of us getting to the point where people are the most happy with things is if we all talk about what we like and dislike about certain things coming up. So I hope to see you all there tomorrow for some good discussion and debate on that topic, because everybody has some big thoughts on it. And then once that video comes out tomorrow, then I'm going to, of course, shift focus to talking about Year 6 Season 1 in its entirety and all the new stuff. So thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, really awesome turnout today. I appreciate everybody tuning in. And yeah, so Nazis, Nunya, Jeff, English, Mav, Multiplicative, Sucketh Emmanuel, Powerbomb Guru, Norse, Rybread, Peter, Hermes, Carlos, everybody that was in here earlier throughout the stream, you know who you are. EM, thank you for being here. And I forgot I was about to just end it, but I forgot I have my end screen now. We'll do that. That's fancy. Yeah, I will see you all very soon. Until then, RogueGold out.